Jesus fucking Christ.
It's dying.
Welcome everyone to the Level Unlocked podcast. It's been a minute. Hi.
Yeah,
welcome everybody to, yes, like James said, the Level Unlocked podcast. Your ears are hearing you correctly. We are back for our yearly edition of our year in review podcast, pretty much. So it's been a
awards show. Yay.
yes.
Woo! Yeah, we're doing awards as well, or this time. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
A little bit on the later side. Apologies on that.
Change it up, but we're doing the Level Unlocked awards.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
that's true.
This probably won't go up until like 2025, but you know it is what it is.
That works out. So these are just as prestige as the Game Awards that you watch on TV.
It's as legitimate as the Jeff Keighley advertisement 3-hour show.
That's what I'm saying. Soon you can check Wikipedia. They'll be updated. They'll be on there. We'll be.
In all reality, we could just make a Wikipedia page for this.
Oh no, I'm saying there was. I don't remember what it was, but we updated Wikipedia at one point to do something as
you fucking, I forget what it was, but like it was just like some celebrity or some mass event or some shit, and you're like, yes, and then in 2005 the Level Unlocked podcast discovered this fucking ancient fucking Roman shit. Like it was something real dumb,
and it stayed on there. They didn't remove it.
I mean, for like a day.
Yeah, it was, but it was discovered by us, which was absolutely amazing. I do remember that. I don't remember what it was. I wish I remembered, but yeah, we'll do the same thing. So, how's everybody been? It's been a year since we've all talked.
Yeah, we haven't talked for an entire year. We had a huge falling out for a while. We all hated each other.
Yeah, we were trying to figure stuff out.
I mean, I got into a fist fight with Mark. You know, it was pretty rough. He kicked my ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair.
Jett even quit Best Buy, so because me and him had a heated debate once over which toilet paper to use. So he quit Best Buy and moved on to
bigger and better things,
milder pastures. So yeah, exactly. It's been a year.
It's been some time.
It is. Speaking of which,
Speaking of bullshit.
That's true. Around the horny horn here, and what's everyone up to over the last year? What have you done, seen, made love to? Everything. Start with Jett. What's new in the existence of the planes?
Kind of what Walker said. We fought. No. Did leave Best Buy. For the most part, still work as a part-timer, but I moved on to banking industry. That's been one major change, I would say, just due to some layoffs in the past with the company. But other than that, nothing super crazy in my world of my life overall. Can't really think of anything, like I said, different that has been done other than those things. What about you, Mark?
Oh shit, where do I start? Well, this year, for me personally, I've just been kind of fucking getting through a bunch of health issues. Long story short, I've been going through a bunch of different medications and shit with my doctor, and a bunch that didn't work. So going through essentially recovering after each one of those different things was pretty shitty. So thankfully I have a new medication. It's working pretty well, and things have been working out, so I can't complain too much there.
That's awesome, man.
Beyond that, I've been spending a bunch of time 3D printing. I've been developing a game in Unreal Engine for a little bit. If you're interested in reading about it, you can. It's called Plunderverse, at least right now, and you can read about it on my blog. It's blog.mmakowski.org or blog.mmakowski.org or .com. I think I have both, but eventually I'm going to redirect it to a proper URL. I already have those all bought. I just have to redirect it and get the web space kind of set up for it. But it's been a fun project. Beyond that, doing some music production and some looping tracks and bangers. I occasionally stream it, but lately it's kind of been since I've been dealing with my health issues, it's just kind of been on my own time. But I'm hoping to get back into that here soon now that I am feeling a bit more back to normal. So that's pretty much what's going on in my life. Spent holidays with the fam, can't complain. Right now, how about you, Walker?
So crazy enough, nothing life changing has happened to me this year.
Nothing at all.
Nothing in this.
Nothing at
The
all.
most
It's been the most
boring,
blandy vanilla year for
Yeah.
Walker.
it's been wild that there has been nothing of significant change in my life.
Yeah.
No, for those who know, you know. Long story short, I live in this small ass apartment now. Have been through some stuff and some things, so don't want to make this a therapy session as much as I could.
Hell yeah.
We can do that after the
and
fact.
exactly. And as much shit talking as I can do, I'll leave that for the spin-off.
Time and place, and this is not one of those things.
Ironically,
the Walker
sidebar.
Unlocked podcast.
I actually recorded in a long time ago. It's when I lived in Texas, and I don't know if you ever heard it, James or Mark.
I have.
But
I know what you're talking about.
it was so I don't remember what it was called, Walking the Line.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It was something like that.
It was basically me talking about my past and how people were fucking assholes towards me for absolutely no reason, and I just straight shit talked them the entire time. It was like an hour-long episode because I was in my car.
You were driving. I think you were driving to the place, to your new place in Corpus Christi.
Yep. So I was driving in my car, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna record like just talk about my life, and it was literally just me just talking about this dude that I went to school with that hated me for absolutely no reason, tried to always fight me, and to this day still have no fucking idea why he hated me. And it was just me just fucking going off on these tangents and talking about that. It was a solid hour of me just talking about this like instance, and I was gonna do a series where I was just gonna pick a topic from my past and just basically like talk about it and like just go over like the crazy shit that's happened to me. But yeah, the phone that had it on broke, and I wasn't able to get, because that's how I discovered Podbean, and come to find out James used Podbean. Yeah, my the phone broke that had the podcast on it, and I wasn't gonna record it again. So I'm like, never mind. I ended up sitting on the phone and broke the screen, and I didn't want to pay to get it replaced. So yeah, I ended up losing it. I think I actually have the phone in my closet here somewhere. Because I have two phones that have like videos and recordings on it from a long time ago.
Goddamn thing, Jett.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking about that. I was like, I'm just gonna let him finish. I'll let that pass.
Not two. But yeah, no, it was. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was called Walking the Line. The life story of Jeremy or something like that is what I was gonna name it.
Oh yeah, dude.
So maybe one day I'll get back to that and use that as like a therapy therapeutic thing.
When we're all old and retire from the podcasting game, or alternatively when we all eventually break up and go our separate ways. We can.
Well, according to Walker, we did this already.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, again.
Walker and Mark again. Okay.
Yeah,
when it happens again.
Yeah, when it happens.
We're gonna be like '80s hair bands where we break up like 7 different times and come back together, and then make like a farewell tour that turns into an actual big tour that then keeps going.
In all fairness, I think only 2 of us can be a hair metal band or a hair band.
X. I could grow my hair like an 80s hair metal. It's going to be similar to what they look like now, not back then, where they have bald spots on the tops of their heads, but the rest of their hair comes in great.
Yeah, my fucking hair doesn't like grow past this level.
Mine, I don't have it that bad.
I'm
I have a
hoping
fucking
to
cul-de-sac.
donate mine again.
That'd be dope.
That's what I should do.
I'll take
Yeah.
some of it, Mark. Appreciate
It'll be
you.
like the 4th or 5th time I've done it.
Mikey
I
needs to
apologize
donate
for
his
cutting
hair.
you. Yeah, I first apologize for cutting you off there, Walker. Continue.
No, you're good. But yeah, no, I did that. That's personal stuff has been happening. Like I said, I won't bore everyone with the details, as interesting as it may be, but that's for another time. Went to SummerSlam over the summer. That was pretty dope.
No shit.
Had a good birthday party. Went up to Pennsylvania. I actually today requested off that week again, so maybe coordinate something again to go back to Pennsylvania the week of August 1st.
Hell yeah.
To do that.
Jett, you're coming this year.
Yeah, this year, if you're asking that week off, then I definitely will already put that into place then, so I can set ahead of time, because that way I can be a little bit more prepared than this last. I mean, in my defense, for this last time, I got laid off from Best Buy, so
yeah, you did.
I can't really affect that. This job, I'm not going to get laid off from. So
yeah, I just put in the time today, but so yeah, they did that. That was pretty cool. Have tried to do a couple different things next year, trying to get out more. Maybe one day I'll get back to the gym to start losing weight. But other than that, nothing too wild and crazy. Work life is still the same. Other than my apartment here and looking at my computer case, I gotta dust it. It's super dusty.
My
But,
apartment is filled with many leather-bound books and smells of rich mahogany.
It really does. It really does.
by rich mahogany, he means rich drywall.
No.
I did update my computer finally.
No,
So
it's
after
true.
having
He did go.
an ancient Alienware, I finally updated. So I do have a new computer for once. Don't be surprised if halfway through this podcast, everyone says, "Oh, Walker died." So that
One of the main downfalls of Walker's apartment is his internet. He's close to McDonald's Wi-Fi, but I think that's talking nicely about Walker's internet at this point in time.
So, yeah, pay a decent price, but yeah, Walker dead. Walker died again. Walker died again. But knock on wood.
You know, it would be really funny
will
if it
say-
worked perfectly fine today.
Oh, it'd be amazing. Well, like ironically, like it hasn't been happening as much. I feel where about 2 months ago, a month ago, it was every 15 minutes. Walker, hello.
Walker,
Like, nope, okay.
Walker,
Walker.
Walker,
Walker.
Walker.
Finally went to the doctors after a million years. They told me I'm fat, which was expected. So, but that
Wait,
But
hold
other
on,
than that, though-
hold on. What did they say? What did
Wait
they
for
say?
it.
What did they say?
I tell you,
He's fat.
exactly. Yeah, that's which I expected. Gained a lot of weight over the last year through just not caring. So, but I'll get back at it hopefully next year by the time we do our 2025 annual review podcast. I've lost 80 pounds. So
Well,
We'll see.
knowing
I
you, it
believe
could
in
be
you,
next week.
that is true.
'Cause you
That is
can
very
Really
fucking-
true.
good at losing weight.
You're really good at
I don't-
losing weight super quick and gaining weight super quick. It's
Yeah, I was gonna say, like you're on both sides of that spectrum, which
Dude,
is not good because
You should be an
level weight-
actor.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
You can get those muscles for like a little bit, then you can change and be a completely different character in a different show later down the road. It's fine.
Like if I put my mind to it, within like 2 months, I'll lose 30 pounds. Like, which is it's not good, but I do it. And
The
then,
minor thing I'm gonna touch on with that is, without getting into it, I've asked you. Statement still stands. Offer still stands. I'll leave it at that.
like I said, one day we'll get back to it. I'll do it in the new year. That's my New Year's
That's our 1
resolution.
year resolution.
Exactly. It starts in 2 days. So,
I believe in you.
James, how have you been? What's new? What's cooking? What's in the broiler today?
I quit my job and then I got a new job and I got laid off from that job.
Oh,
Hell yeah, dude.
a lot of layoffs happen this year, as
Yeah.
you guys can tell.
So that was fun.
Shit.
No, just being chilling.
Exactly.
Life.
Being chilling. So, yeah, I mean I've been platining some games, Getting the plats on a few games. That's been fun.
Yeah, you have been.
Hell yeah,
You,
dude.
you got to pick your next game to platinum.
That's what I need to do. I need to figure out what the next game is. But yeah.
Beautiful. So I have a couple lists before we dive into our other stuff. So it's not really a list, but we'll kind of go over some anniversary stuff if everyone's cool with that. Do quick breaks. We'll dive into each month. There's only like 3 for each month, so. So January
do you realize
2025.
How many that is? 3 times 12?
Yeah,
24.
do you realize what?
It takes 2 seconds.
What?
Do you know how long it takes us to
Mark,
get through this shit?
We need the Zoom.
Yeah, we
For
need
the fact
Zoom.
that what he just said.
Fuck, dude.
I'll only pick like 2.
Do you realize what 3 times 12 is, sir?
We'll just start with 1 and go from there, I guess.
I can see the gears moving
36.
in your head. I can see him. He's thinking
Pitter
about
patter.
it. Yeah, really.
36.
Though. We'll do 1 per month for now.
Do 2, I said.
Or what we can do, hold on, wait. What we can do is we can do like 3 months, then do like a thing, then another 3 months, then do another thing, 3 months.
Okay. Yeah.
Split it up.
There's a lot of anniversaries this year, so I think that's why I want to. So starting off with January,
Fuck you, it's
Resident
January.
Evil 4 for the GameCube turns 20 years on January 11th.
That's fair.
Mario Party 2 for the N64 on January 24th turns 25 years. And Dying Light for PS4, Xbox, PC turns 10 years old on January 27th. February, The Sims 1 turns 25 on February 4th.
Christ.
That's what I'm saying. Gran Turismo 4 turns 20 on February 22nd. Yep. And Star Wars Dark Forces turns 30 years old on February 16th. So you thought you were old? Didn't feel old. The shit makes you feel old. And then we have March. So Devil May Cry 3 turns 20 years old March 1st. Chrono Trigger turns 30 years old on March 10th. God of War, the original God of War, turns 20 years old on March 22nd.
Would the original God of War still be would it be dad of girl? Because he had a daughter in that one.
Yeah, but you don't really see her though.
That is true. In the first one, you do.
Yeah, because
you
see
doesn't
her get
talk.
fucking God.
That's true. That's really about it. And then for you, James, Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards turns 25 years old on March 24th.
Sure does.
Mm.
I have a box copy of that game.
Yeah, so we're getting old, boys. What do you guys want to go into first? Do you want to do our first award?
I think it would be worth taking a shot at for now, because I feel like this is also going to be a very expansive one we can play on a little bit there. That's why I was like, the fact you don't have it, I was like, I have the list pulled up right next to me right now.
Same. All right, Mark.
I was like, I have that sitting with Discord on the same monitor.
Do you want to announce the nominees and everything?
What's that?
Do you want to announce the nominees, Mark?
For our first one.
I mean, sure.
Technically last.
And then we'll go through and just kind of give our opinion on what we put and why.
Yeah, sure.
And then make like a verdict by the end of it.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, so our first one is the best game played with friends that make you want to cry laughing, but also makes you want to punch the monitor. And our individual nominees, I guess, that we have, I have Fortnite. James has you have Uno. It came free with your Xbox. Jeremy has Pico Park, and Jett is Uno again, with a close second to Golf with Friends.
Cool. Those are all. I think all of them realistically are.
I want to say one of those is never cry laughing at all.
Yeah, no,
one of those I've wanted to punch the monitor with Pico Park. I absolutely detest that game with a fiery passion.
Same with Fortnite.
I don't know if it's you detest the game or detest the people that we played with.
That might also quite be likely for both. I can say the 2 times we played that game, I rage quit with you guys, and I got really angry. And those 8 levels are not getting done with me involved. I will leave that to you, sir. That is all you. But that game, I get angry, but I never get rage quit angry, and that made me rage quit angry. That was, I don't know, and I can guarantee, like James said, it's probably likely purely because of the fact that who we were playing with probably like tenfolded that together. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's a part of the fun. I mean, fuck Fortnite.
I mean, I don't disagree with
I didn't even see. I didn't even see the section of that question that says makes you cry laughing. I just saw the makes you want to punch the monitor. So
that's 100% fair.
Yeah, Fortnite is an okay game, but once you get past like 2 matches for me, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's one of those games where I think it is definitely fun with friends, but only fun with friends.
Well, it could also be irritating with friends too. Fucking loot goblin shit.
Yeah, fucking Walker and Baka all the time we play that we go to kill somebody, and by the time we look up, the loot's already all been jacked by them, and we're like, oh, okay, well that was fun while it lasted.
I've never once done that ever in my life. Thank you.
I really wish I had that feature that Mark has for his camera, because I would utilize that when stuff like that is said.
Yeah, you know?
That's cap.
Because that is just fuckery. Uno, I would definitely say was probably the best when it comes to us, because it always never fails with us. Is we'll have like 4 games in one night where either the first one goes super fast, so we continuously play and we're like, we're fine, we got time. Second one ends up going an hour and 15 minutes sometimes. And then they'll like get the third one in, and that'll be instantaneous. They're like, yeah, we have time for another one. It should be quick, right?
Hour and a half.
And then we get ourselves down that black hole again for another 45 minutes, and we look at the clock, and it's been quite some time.
What's that game mode we played last night? What was the game? Like the Mayhem?
Oh yeah, the game mode's the Uno Mania. Yeah, that's the one that like you can chain people together, which makes it shittery. Which is funny how we end up picking each other, and it just sticks that way the entire game. Secondary to that is the fact that it always kills you with like the other card. What was it like? If you pick a color, the person has to draw until they get that color.
Yep.
Which is, if they're chained together, you can really piss off each other quite a lot, because if they're like, I gotta draw 10 cards, sucks to be you. You also have to draw 10 cards. Or no, that one you don't have to. That's right.
Yeah, but like you get a bad draw because you don't have that color.
You're still screwed. Yeah. Either way. But yeah, no, I think Uno was a big one for me on that.
Yeah, it's good. Golf with friends is really close to that. Was
yeah,
that's what I was gonna put, but fuck Fortnite.
Golf with friends to me is just, it's fine until somebody melts down on one hole. It's always guaranteed that somebody has a meltdown on one hole, which ends up kicking them out. And then what actually I will say, if we wanted to add the punch the monitor to that, is when we added collision. That is definitely where
and then you have
to punch the monitor, because
bullshit ass.
I
did too.
Yeah, and you have fucking Bacchus sitting at the hole. Like, I don't really care if I win or lose.
Yeah, he's the final boss. He's the original boss at the end.
It's like, no, you piece of shit. I literally are gonna get a hole in one. Nope.
It's a competitive sport at that point.
That's, I mean, that's kind of what we made it at this point in time.
He made his own game. He was happy.
Yeah, that's like that's some bullshit right there if I've ever seen it. Yeah, that was some of those maps though are so stupid.
Yes, I mean, nuts.
They're pretty cool.
They're great. They're fun. They're to add more fun stuff to it.
Yeah, I think there's like mods of it on Steam. I might be wrong, but I believe there's like more maps and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, there definitely is. It's part of the reason I bought it. Sorry, sneezing. On Steam specifically with the sale.
Yeah, I believe I have it on Steam as well.
Yeah, I think we all
Yeah,
did.
it's figured out.
Yeah, everybody had it on Steam except me. I was the only one because I kept playing on an Xbox, and then it went on sale for like $3 on Steam. So I was like, you know what? Why not? So I don't know. I think the final verdict for you guys, it feels like it's probably going to be Uno.
Yeah,
for that award.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I guess we can type that in as the winner on this sheet.
You're the sheet.
Oh yeah, there is a workshop for golf with your friends. There's also a second one coming at one point.
Ooh, can't wait to fucking hate that game too.
I can't wait to fucking hate everyone's guts too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Even though that's the same joke James said. Sorry.
He's just changing it up slightly. It's fine. You just slightly change the wording. It's kind of like what AI does. It's fine.
Exactly.
Who wants to read out the next question?
Go ahead.
The best soundtrack the Pope would even listen to. The nominees are Ballblazer, We Heart Katamari Reroll, Metaphor Refantasio, and Balatro.
So, for those wondering, Ball Blazers for the Atari 7800. So,
it goes beep boop. That's the soundtrack. Next.
Tell me about the last time you played it.
Yeah.
It was also on the Commodore 64, and it then got ported to the NES.
So Walker,
what's your favorite part?
Yeah, what's your favorite port of the game?
Details, Jeremy. I want to know details. I really want to picture this game because I've never played it myself. So please, I definitely
please enlighten me.
It's also a Lucasfilms game for those who didn't know.
Stop dodging. The question.
The reflection off your glasses really doesn't help your case of you reading it on the screens there.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Walker
visibly changes the screen on his glass.
Walker, please read the synopsis on Wikipedia, please, for us, so we can get an idea of what the game is.
Yeah.
So it is a futuristic sports game created by Lucasfilms, published in 1985.
Oh wow. So. What's your favorite part of the game? Like what Mark said?
Like did you?
I like the racing side of it. It was pretty cool. Kind of going back and forth and going through the poles like to get the goal. So that was kind of cool. You got to miss the targets because if you hit them, then you lose.
If you're gonna try to read off a script, at least look like you're not trying to read off of something.
I'm not reading off anything. I'm looking at my chat.
You're dead looking at something.
Now, Walker, hold on, real quick. What are your thoughts on the sequel, Ballblazer Champions, made by Factor 5?
I didn't play much of that one, but I did hear that it was better because that was for the PlayStation. So that was that was.
Is this how you sell computers?
They're reading the specifications off the Best Buy app.
So like the soundtrack of Ballblazer, did you ever play like Link or Final Fantasy 1, 2, or 3? That's what it sounds like.
Link
from
Link
from NES.
Just Link.
So it sounds retro.
Zelda's my favorite character. I love playing as the little green-headed man.
Who would have thought a game from 1985 would have sounded retro?
Yeah, it's like so. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay.
So let's go to the next ones.
Yeah, let's move on very quickly.
I chose We Heart Katamari Reroll. I'm sure a lot of people don't really know the soundtrack of it, but it fucking goes hard. It's a banger. It's a remix version of the original, existing version of their soundtrack. So if you've already heard it, you've probably heard a version of it already. Regardless, they also have a full album as well, which also goes pretty hard too. So
it's really good. I had it on my
it's like
player.
Fucking, I don't know, fast paced, Japanese pop is a good way of, but without, I don't know.
It's a J-pop. That's how you say
exactly.
It. That's how you say J-pop in Japanese.
Hell yeah.
And the little bits that I've heard from you streaming the games before or playing the game videos, this seems pretty fun. And
Yeah, I know we watched like a compilation of the songs at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I think I used some of the songs in my review of Katamari Damacy Reroll. I think I used. I think I sprinkled in some of the soundtrack for that, and it's really good. It's upbeat, it's light, it's fun, and it's wacky. We get a little silly up in here. They said.
Yeah, fucking great game too.
Mm-hmm.
But how about one of y'all?
Mine was Balatro. The main reason I think for mine was the soundtrack was it was a perfect level of just chill while you're playing through the game, but at the same time it had its good ups and downs to where it definitely kept you like listening, and you're kind of like, okay, it's not just background music for a video game, especially a video game like Balatro, where there's not a lot going on, but there's enough at that point. And to me, that was mainly my soundtrack thing, just because it was probably between that and Final Fantasy 16, I would say, for me.
16 had a really
So I really like
soundtrack.
the music that goes hard sometimes in Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, my second close, by the way, follow up would have been Final Fantasy 7. So just kind of throwing that out there. That was a close second for me.
Small child didn't realize it was on camera.
I chose Metaphor Reign Fantasio, just because I really like the I mean it's the same composer as the one from Persona. It's mixing
Fair.
a lot of grandiose full orchestra with some punk some like jazz fusion in there. It's really good. I haven't played the game, but I've been listening to the soundtrack on Spotify. It's top tier.
Oh yeah. I haven't listened to it, but I know that the game has gotten really great acclaim, and I have the demo or prelude or whatever it is called downloaded. That's supposedly like fucking 6 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to try it out at least. Yeah, we'll get there one of these days.
Yeah, at some point. There's so many games on the backlist right now, man. Ugh.
It really is.
Oh yeah.
There really is. There's too many.
So, on an all agreement of what we think would probably be our best soundtrack, you think the Pope would listen to? I mean, if I were to vote for anybody else on this list, would probably. Let's not. I've never played it, so I have no opinion on that. Would probably be the Katamari.
Yeah, I would say Katamari as well. I can see the Pope Jam announce that.
One. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, if it wasn't okay.
You're good. You can continue.
I was gonna say if I wasn't voting for myself, it would be probably Balatro, just because I'm familiar with that.
Fair. I can't say much about the Ray Fantasio that one.
Yeah, me too. I wish I could, but
would highly recommend.
It's in the log.
In the pile.
Glad we could talk about it a little bit though.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so then I think it's kind of by default at this point, Katamari.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I'm a soul for the retro tunes myself, but it's cool. So the next one, I'm dying. The best game that's probably at least 50% a movie. So our boy Jimmy Noodles says, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Mark stand with Death Stranding, the director's cut. Myself and Jett both said Final Fantasy 16. James, what's Like a Dragon? So, or why would you say Like a Dragon?
Because I mean, it's a lot of cutscenes. It is basically like the other Like a Dragon games. You're playing a Yakuza drama. A drama. It's basically a film that you're playing parts of it. With just, I mean, there's so many twists and turns in the plot line. and in the story, and there's so many cutscenes that are kind of unnecessary, but it helps world build. And there's just some goofy
typical
shit.
Yakuza like a dragon stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the goofy ass sub story stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You can't go wrong. Mark, why did you choose That's Man Standing?
Well, I mean, a lot of it's really from a cinematic angle. So a lot of the game is kind of done through storytelling. So there isn't a lot of direct storytelling in the game. There is kind of as you get through it, but for the most part, it's like kind of through how people interact with you. So the cinematic and kind of how that's captured is a pretty big part of it. And just another point is the ending cutscene is like 2.5 or 3 hours long for like the credits and all that shit. It's a slog, but it's a great game.
Great things about it. Always want to play it, but
yeah,
it's really good. You can play it on your you can play it on your phone. You can play it on your iPad.
Yeah, it's on Apple stuff.
Yeah,
crazy to me that's on an iPad.
All 3 people that downloaded it.
Exactly. For myself, I picked Final Fantasy 16 as I just played the demo, but I felt that within that demo, half of it was literally just cutscenes and videos, and so that kind of turned me off to the game. And I know Mark can attest to it because we kind of talked about it as well. It didn't.
Yeah,
it didn't
now that you mentioned that, I was like, holy shit, it's that game. Like, oh, yeah.
So it didn't grab me. I just felt that there was way too much going on and I get that that's the start of the actual game, but to me, it didn't grab me. And then going into the summon scenes, like I just felt like that was like a cinematic thing, and then it just. Yeah, it was too much, especially for a demo trying to like grab on to like me saying, "Hey, play this game for 100 hours," and then only being able to play a demo for half of the time because the rest of it was all cutscenes.
Walker, you're literally playing Rebirth right now.
I was about to say, I was like, I'm gonna say this in the best way possible, to where I don't want to sound like a complete and utter dickhead because you're entitled to your own opinion, but you're playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, which they literally expanded the game to 3 separate games with cutscenes and random stuff in a remake. Which,
okay, but it's different.
A game by a demo that you played and never gave the actual game a chance. And the whole point of a demo is to lure you in by looks and stuff like that and show you how pretty the game is.
And they cut out like the demo has
probably half the fights.
I would say it's arguably like some of the worst parts of the game.
Yeah,
like that opening segment is a little rough, and that opening fight with the Aeons, with the summons, it's the worst one of the game. Everything it gets progressively better.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a fucking demo.
Yeah, but it didn't catch my attention, and I know Mark, like we talked about it, like it's not, and it's shitty that yes, if it is the worst one and it just gets better from there, like don't put the worst one in the demo to attract people to it. I don't know, that's my.
All right, Jett, what do you think?
Yeah.
For me, I definitely do agree. It does have a lot of cutscenes, and I've played a fair amount through it. I'd say 75% through the game. Haven't finished it quite yet. I want to, and I need to, but I'm terrible about getting back to games. To Walker's point, I get the thought process with it. The demo is the prologue to the game. They literally just let you play through it. There's a lot of missing pieces from that they go over in the game, but I get it. It is a very, very big heavy on the like graphical stuff and what they do. They kind of just dip your toe in the water on a lot of it, and it definitely is a lot better on that aspect. But yes, it's a Square Enix Final Fantasy game. It's gonna have a lot of cutscenes.
Listen, giant kaijus fighting. That's all I need to say.
You're not wrong.
That last Aeon fight, oh my god, it's peak cinema. It is peak. It is one of the best boss fights I've ever had, ever played in a video game, bar none.
But is it a game that's probably at least 50% a movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go with that
my
one
vote
too.
would be Death Stranding or Final Fantasy 16.
I had to say Final Fantasy 16 for
Yeah, we'll
the.
go with Final Fantasy. Hell yeah.
So with that, I have a list.
I was gonna say,
So
let's take a break from the nominees.
Yeah, the top 10
Hell yeah.
longest video game cutscenes in history.
Wow, it's almost like we
Oh,
had this
goodness.
planned out.
It's weird, right?
That's
it's like I
crazy.
found this.
Randomly
So
rolled upon this at the same time.
I know, right? So technically, it's top 11. So number 11 is Yakuza 2.
Yeah, it's really long.
There's a
Oh god.
there's a cutscene that is 23 minutes long in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness gracious.
Now is this is this
Go ahead.
Kiwami 2 or original 2?
It says for the PlayStation,
they-
PS3.
Yeah, that's base 2. Yeah, they both have like a stupid long cutscene.
So
I think
it
I
says
know
the
what one
game
is.
starts off with 11-minute cutscene,
Mhm.
followed closely by another 12-minute cutscene,
Mhm. God, I fucking
and in
love
the
it.
middle of the game, there's a 23-minute scene.
Yep, it's fucking great. I think it's
Good
when
old Konami.
I think it's when you first meet Ryuji. Is where that 23-minute cutscene is. And
That's
there's like this
crazy.
stupid long QTE segment where you're fighting his tigers. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
so nuts.
It's peak cinema.
Number 10, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core has a 23-minute cutscene. This was the PSP exclusive version, the prequel to Final Fantasy VII. This transpired about halfway into the game. After defeating Genesis, you enjoy a 23-minute video of them explaining, which then basically leads you into the Final Fantasy VII intro.
Which is nuts because like this is a portable game. This is meant to be
Yep.
playing on a game that you're meant to play on like a train ride or a bus ride.
Nope. Like here's 23 minutes. Number 9, Quantum Break. Never played
Makes
it.
sense.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Quantum Break
Quantum
makes
Break.
sense because it's a TV show. So
Oh.
it was a TV show that was decided by a video game type thing.
It has a 25-minute cutscene. Oh yeah, Quantum Break proudly calls itself part game, part TV show. It's a third-person shooter.
It's by the
Interesting,
people
yeah.
that made Alan Wake and Alan Wake Control.
Remedy.
Style.
It has a roughly 25-minute live action cutscene written, directed, and edited like a TV episode. Cool. Number 8. What were you saying, James?
It's so fucking goofy.
No,
That
I
they
never
just
did.
add that in there. It's great.
Number 8, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
That makes
For
sense.
the Nintendo Switch has a 24-minute cutscene. It's at the end of the game, wrapping up the story that you just played through. You can, if you get the perfect ending, it adds another 9 minutes, making it a total of a 33-minute ending cutscene.
Hell yeah, that's more than a TV show.
Dude, that's
Wait.
insane. Number 7, Exo Saga, or Xenosaga. It has
You're-
has a 25-minute cutscene. This
Yeah, it's
episodic RPG wasn't afraid to utilize cutscenes to tell the story. The game has over 500 cutscenes across 3 episodes, which the longest occurring a total of 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It's by the same
That's
people that
insane.
made. Oh, no, never mind. I'm thinking of a different game. It's by a different team.
Number 6, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater
Yep.
with
Yep.
27 minutes.
Here we begin.
Well, it's because technically, yeah.
Oh, genius Kojumbo, I love you so much.
Right after starting a new file, the adventure greets you with a roughly 27-minute long cutscene where he's debriefed and deployed into the Russian jungle.
It is the best shit you'll ever see.
That's funny. Number 5, it is Kingdom Hearts 3 with a 28-minute cutscene.
Yeah, makes sense.
So this the final scene, depending on the percentage of the game, clocks in at 28 minutes, making it the longest in the game. The 18-minute normal scene plus an additional 10 minutes with the epilogue while the credits roll, continuing the game for a potential fourth one.
I'll meet you in Shibuya, or meet me in Shibuya.
Exactly. Number 4, Death Stranding with 31 minutes. The longest cutscene is 31 minutes, while the game, it doesn't really say where, but yeah, one of the cutscenes is 31 minutes long.
God, I love you, Genius Go Jumbo.
Yeah, the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Before they make you sit through the credits.
That's funny. Number 3, Yakuza 0 with a 42-minute cutscene.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. It goes, I think it's from, let me, hold on, I'm guessing here. Is it when you first start to play as Majima? Because it goes from like chapter end playing as Kiryu, going through like a huge long cutscene, and then it transitions over into Majima and introducing Majima as a character.
Yep, wrapping up the various storylines between the game's characters, the 42-minute epilogue after the final boss, switching.
God, that's so good. It's such a good cutscene.
42 minutes long.
It's such a good cutscene. I geeked out hard.
Number 2, Star Ocean, with a 46-minute cutscene. The last cutscene of the game clocks in at 46 minutes, right after the final boss. That's insane.
Yeah, it's a big one. I remember playing back in the day and watching my brother finish it, and yeah, that cutscene was forever long.
And last but not least, do we have any guesses?
MGS4.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good guess. Metal Gear Solid 4 with a whopping 71-minute cutscene. That's insane.
Yep.
There are other ones that are 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's just the longest in that game.
Yeah.
They said, I think, I don't know how legit this stat is, but when MGS4 came out, if it was to come out on the 360, it would be like 6 discs because of all the all the cutscenes.
Yeah, I'm reading it has some of the most dialogue in any game in history. As well as the longest cutscene at 71-minute runtime.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend Metal Gear Solid 4 if you can play it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You have to get a PS3.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
All right,
70
say it with me, lads. We love you, Genius Kojumbo.
We love you. It's so wild to me just thinking like, hey, we're gonna put an hour and 10-minute cutscene into this game.
Mm-hmm. So
that's nuts.
Think of it like this, okay? So when we're watching WWE SmackDown, okay? When we're watching WWE SmackDown, there's all those ads and everything, and all the backstage promos and shit, and the entrances. I guarantee in that 2-hour-long episode of World Wrestling Entertainment SmackDown, live on USA Network at 8 p.m. Eastern, I guarantee that the in-ring action does not last as long as that cutscene.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
True. But yeah, that was my one list. I'll do 2 more months of the anniversaries, and then we'll go to the next award. April 2025, the Lego Star Wars video game turns 20 years old on April 5th. That's insane. I didn't realize that game was that old. Good on it though. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask turns 25 years old on April 27th.
It's old enough to drink. It's old enough to rent a car.
Old enough to rent a car.
Yep. And the last one in this series will be Mortal Kombat 3. Turns 30 years old on April 15th. The original Mortal Kombat 3. Mortal Kombat X turns 10.
Fuck.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Jett, do you want to do the next category award?
Yeah. So we have character that make me feel unwise.
Character that be making me feel unwise.
Sorry, that be making me feel unwise.
There we go.
James's answer, Eve from Stellar Blade. I've never seen that one, so I can't have too much of an opinion. I'll look it up.
That's a good one.
Mark,
I almost
Mad
put Eve.
Moxie. That's fair. Mad Moxie from Borderlands, and that's 100% agreed. That character is so cosplayed, it's not even funny, and I've seen so many good ones. And then I put Yennefer from Witcher 3. Mainly for the factor that there is a lot of naked scenes in that game. That you get to see pretty much everything.
Hell
And
yeah.
Jeremy states Cloud, but in parentheses we state, let's be honest, Walker, we know it's Aerith.
Now, I thought I would pick Tifa over Aerith.
I was thinking of Tifa at the time.
Oh, I thought you
was
were gonna
like,
pick Barrett.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's really the perfect answer right there.
Oh yeah, that
Listen,
too.
literally everyone wants to fuck Cloud in that game, and
Well, the first two games.
Like, let's be real here. Cloud is a readable twink. It's wonderful. I love that man. I love that man.
No, he really does. You have Jessie from Final Fantasy Remake, all the other girls, then you have all the guys, and plus Red 13. So that's just a long list of everyone that's like, ooh, you're pretty fucking hot.
Have you seen Vincent yet, Walker?
No, not yet.
Oh, Vincent is. Ooh. It's giving me the vapors.
I gotta be close. So
I'm close too, if you know what I mean.
So I mean, in my thoughts, and like I said, I'm gonna personally, as we're waiting here for a split second,
let me
I'm
look
just
up
gonna look these up real quick for my
who,
reference. You know,
the one
Yeah.
I'm referencing is the one I want to see is Eve, because I've never seen her.
Listen.
Yeah.
Hentai-videos.
Okay,
XXX.
okay. I immediately I just looked up the character, and all I get is a video saying YouTube saying more than just this, and it's just pure ass cheeks. So understandable
Yeah.
at this point in time. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you on that one. Not in any way, shape, or form.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Eve.
Yeah, I think my guess is probably gonna be Eve. If I were
Let me
to vote
type
for
in
Eve.
cosplay first, just to see some real people dressed up as her.
I don't
And,
know.
go from there.
And,
Mad Moxie made me feel unwise as a kid, and I felt it was an indelible mention.
Oh, 100%.
That hasn't changed.
No.
I mean, these are all solid. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
These all be making me feel unwise.
Yennefer,
Yeah.
let's see what we got here. Oh, she's thick.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
it depends on what rendition, but I'm sure probably most of them.
Mad Moxie. God damn. Okay.
And bookmark, and bookmark, and bookmark.
Let's look at those.
Mad Moxie got some titties.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walker,
Especially when you type in cosplay and it's real people. That's when it shows.
That's when things get a little. Just make sure family safe mode is on. That's all I want to say.
Type in Rule 34.
Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
There it is as he gets closer to his monitor.
And I'm looking. I look at the thumbnails.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, there's something.
He's just looking in trying to get a sniff.
The
Yep.
fuck?
Really though.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things happening in Mad Moxie on that one.
Yeah, I'm not shocked in any way, shape, or form.
Let's type in Eve.
Mark.
Oh no, that's Eve from Wally. That's Eva.
Ooh,
That's
that,
an interesting
escalated
Rule
quickly.
34. It's a robot.
Oh. Well, I mean, Eve
You
kind
got
of
some
is too.
cheeks. Yeah, E34 for
E34.
those who are listening. World 34 for Eva
World.
from Wally is
As your kid walks into the room.
that's what I'm saying. Other side. Oh yeah, he did.
You know, we
I
can
switched the
do
tab. I switched
do
the tab
research
more.
later, you
I
bum.
was gonna say,
Yeah.
do
Holy
your research
shit.
on your own time there, bub, when the door is closed and locked.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll send you some.
So
I'll send
I
you
think
some
our
links, Walker,
winner
don't worry.
is at this point probably looking like it's going to be Eve. So
She had some holes.
okay,
Works for
All
me. Moving on.
as Walker quotes, didn't know she had holes. Okay, like you said, moving on.
Yeah, fuck Cloud. I mean, we
James,
would,
you
but
let's go ahead and anonymous hedgehog that. Go ahead and read off the next one there, James.
All right, here are your list for games you shouldn't play while tripping on acid. The nominees are Nor Play With Your Food, Satisfactory, Call of Duty Zombies.
Have you ever played that game, Walker?
No, he hasn't.
Yes, I have.
No, he fucking has it. It's
I
still
don't
can't
think I've ever
fucking
heard of
believe-
that
I still-
game, let
I
I
alone.
still can't believe, like, it still bogs my mind that you even fucking.
oh, I
looked
played
this shit up.
Kinetsugami.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't play it.
So, for those who
Yeah,
don't
you
know
really
what the
didn't.
game is,
Dude, I
It's,
will explain. All right, go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was gonna say it's
No, Walker.
an exciting,
off of a
Walker,
screen.
not-
Close your
fucking-
eyes, Walker,
Walker,
and
you fucking
say
explain
it.
You fucking
That's all I
explain
ask.
it.
Close your eyes.
it's an exciting action strategy hybrid that
Your
left
eyes are
me
fucking
yearning for
open.
more.
I can see you goddamn blinking.
I had something in my eye, but yeah, it's just
So as you're staring at that specific screen, because
I'm looking in the camera. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just always yearning for more.
Walker,
So
you know
it's
it's faux pas to look into the camera, right?
I am,
Yeah, you shouldn't.
and I'm looking out to the side.
I love it so much, Mark, every time.
Ooh, look at that smile.
It's fucking wonderful.
Look at those pearly whites.
The new mechanics that were introduced were pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, like what?
Yeah,
explain.
Please elaborate.
There's one of them things that
scrolling.
so
Like
there's a good practice in resource management. Encouraging.
you realize your
All
reflection
right,
is on your
let's
glasses, right?
just
All right,
stop
Mark.
treading water here.
Mark,
All
you
right,
tell us
so
about the
it's essentially like an old style like top down fucking fighter, but it also has tower defense elements. So essentially, you're trying to fight against waves of enemies, but in between each one of them, you can essentially you have different troops that you put around. They're literally just like people. So you have different people to put around, and it's like a turn-based sort of thing in certain times. But a lot of it's just, you place them, they fight, and then you can stop time and kind of move them and order them around. It's a really fun game. Like it's a very like old-style Xbox feeling type game. So and it also has a lot of like Asian culture. I can't really say which, but it's a pretty solid game if you want to waste some time.
Exactly.
I wouldn't mind playing it on acid. Same with the play with your food game. I thought those would be probably pretty cool to play on acid.
Listen,
but
I might freak out
like
if I was to play Nor. So Nor.
I know I would with Satisfactory and probably Zombies at one point.
Zombies would probably get me freaked out, especially just in the factor of like when you're not paying attention or you're just kind of off in the haze for a second looking at something and they just all swarm you, especially with the new like Easter eggs with random zombie types coming out, the spiders now, because we know James loves those
Oh,
so
yeah.
much.
They're great.
So
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
with all the new stuff.
yeah, that's my mindset with all the new stuff. It's kind of adding to it to where it's like, okay, we're gonna scare the shit out of us.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've ever played the Noir, Play with Your Food, or the Kinetsugami at all. The Satisfactory I watched you play, Mark, and I don't think I could play that game on acid purely because my brain would break.
It would
Purely just because it would melt.
Same.
100% would melt trying to play that game on acid. So my vote is only Satisfactory because I haven't played the other two.
My Mine would be either zombies or Satisfactory. I feel like with zombies I would be like just so paranoid at all times.
Yeah,
I
between
agree
those
with
two
that
for
one.
me.
I would say zombies.
Okay, winner.
Even though my game it was pretty good.
How do you pronounce it?
Yeah.
You just do.
I don't know what it is.
Dude.
God
Well, I
damn
was
it.
looking. I saw typing, so I had to go.
Yeah, it's
I had to look at the screen.
Kunisugami.
That's what I said. Okay, the next one, Mark.
All right. Well, best game that's an alternative to my crack addiction. We got Pokemon TCG Pocket, TCG Trading Cards Shop Simulator, College Football 25, TCG Card Shop Simulator, or Pornhub again. Or a notable mention to Pornhub, I guess. But
Exactly.
All right, listen. If I'm with my crippling crack addiction that we all know that I have, I'm trying to chase that high. Okay, I'm trying to chase that high. What am I doing in Pokemon TCG Pocket? I'm opening up packs, trying to chase that high, get those full arts, get that fucking Kabutops that I still need to get the full art Mew. You know, so it's a damn good replacement. Instead of spending money on crack, I'm spending money on fake cards that don't actually exist.
I feel I wanted to enjoy it as much as you do, but I did not get the same sensation from it. I really wanted to like be deep into it. There's other mobile games, unfortunately, that have kind of pulled my attention a bit more. So I don't know.
Well, I guess it's also I have that crippling addiction of the actual physical card game too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't
helps.
play the card game, so I don't like. I tried it again, and I was like, this is kind of cool, but the fact that I have to wait like 8 hours for another pack, it's kind of like I don't want to pay money into it because it's all digital anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I crack regular packs, but it's not like I'm looking for anything. And I don't price them or anything like that. It's just if I get a card that I recognize that I'm happy about, I'm like, hell yeah. And that's kind of as far as it goes.
that reminds me, I need to check to make sure if I that I got my packs for the day.
I will say for the TCG card simulator, we kind of will talk about it in another category, but it's just something that you could literally play, and you get consumed in it, and you don't realize that you've been playing it for now 5 hours, and then you're just staring there.
That was going to be my point as well. It's one of those games that you just like, you're going to play a day and then you just keep playing more days.
Yep.
And it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling.
Just one more day.
So that was my biggest thing with that one, that it was just like, I can like, okay, why is this game like so fucking addicting? And so that was my kind of like thought process around it, that it's like, because obviously crack addicting, that game was addicting, and you just don't stop playing it once you start playing it.
Agreed. I think that for me, the college football game was for me is because it's better than Madden, and I have a addiction of football in general, whether it be watching, playing, fantasy football, whatever it is. That's my addiction, I would say, overall. And so I enjoy college football because, like I said, it's just better than Madden, but that's not saying much. So I would say that I've put an ungodly amount of hours, and it's just nostalgic from back in 2013 was, I think, the last college football game that came out. So it's just good. It's been a little while, but I definitely agree with Jeremy and Mark that TCG Cop Simulator has definitely. It's an addiction game that you just keep going. As I was saying, where I have it up right now, playing it in the background. On the stream, just to kind of keep it going there. Good old ADHD. It's an addiction too. That game, I've put hundreds of hours in. I think I'm almost just over 100 hours now. So.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. Now I'm just curious with that one.
How many hours? Oh, I'm at 232 hours.
I just passed 100. I'm at 100 hours, 0.4.
Oh yeah.
So TCG shop simulator, card shop simulator, fucking takes the cake.
Yeah.
I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%
Speaking
agreed.
of which, it looks like Jett's playing that right now.
Yeah.
I concur.
His man's over here eating a cupcake or some shit
Scrolling through an
What's that,
iPad.
Christmas cookie?
while trying to sign into his son's iPad.
Yep. Gotta put Robux onto his iPad on his account. You know.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, that's a good winner for that. A TCG cop, chick cop. I keep saying when I say cop, and that's not the case. Shop simulator.
Man, could you
overall
imagine
for
a
me.
TCG cop simulator? Just a cop running around, just like
We
kicking
still
open
gotta
doors.
play fast food simulator because
Yeah, we
it's
do.
multiplayer.
We're not. I'm not playing that game.
Why not?
I'm not doing.
He doesn't want to live his glory days at
I
McDonald's.
do not want to
Well,
think about the times that I
Could
worked
play
at McDonald's
barbecue
3 years ago.
simulator.
Yeah, we
It's
could.
real
I'm
cheap.
down for that.
Same with hiking simulator. You can get them bundled for like $5,
The fact that there's so many simulator things makes me laugh every time.
and they're
I
both
hear it.
multiplayer.
I don't know. I want to try the to see how like in depth the fast food one is. The
I thought you've already played it.
No, I loaded it and then I got out of it.
Okay.
And that's when I
Nobody
started.
wanted to play with
we
him.
Can play it. I'll play it with you.
Yeah. Sure.
But I was like,
I think I still have it downloaded for my.
I'll think about it. I lost my interest in that. Sorry.
Get fucked, Walker.
well,
No, I wasn't
Wow.
talking about that. I was talking about the game I was playing. I apologize. I
I've already lost interest.
will think about it, but probably still not because that
No,
game,
talking-
I like I said,
like,
don't
yeah,
want to live
never
my
mind.
glory days of fucking McDonald's and like Walker.
You know, play it for shits and giggles.
I was a pimp at McDonald's. That's why I want to relive
That's-
it.
I just don't want to buy more games that we'll all play once.
Yeah, that's
See, that's
fair.
why we download the demo, and then go from there.
I got it
Yeah.
for free. Isn't
It's a demo. It's a prologue.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
game isn't out yet. At least.
I mean, on a lot of these type of simulator games that we all just thought about getting, ended up doing like the TCG card shop simulator. Jeez Christ. Watching played, we all ended up getting it and spending a lot of hours into it.
man, remember that
So-
There you go.
that supermarket
Make sure you
simulator,
actually-
that supermarket multiplayer simulator that you all played?
Yeah,
Not
we
me.
definitely. It's a lot of fun. We've watched Mikey as the best security guard on staff. Just
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that one.
Just saying, no one invited me to play.
Only get outfits.
mean,
Nobody given that.
That's
to
never in
people.
here at that point.
There's
Um,
another supermarket simulator that's supposedly closer to the shop simulators. I don't know. Where I know the one that we've played is a bit more different than kind of like the regular shop simulator or even the TCG one.
So, like the
Um,
one that I played, the one that I streamed,
The
a few
supermarket
times,
together.
supermarket simulator. Is that? I mean, that feels like it's way more closely to the TCG card shop.
I think the reason why we did supermarket together was because it was free.
Yeah, it is free.
Yeah,
Yeah, the-
supermarket simulator is the one I'm talking about. Yep.
Yeah, that one's
Or-
identical almost to
No, there's a multiplayer version of it.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Well,
because
either way.
there is one that has the same look, that has the same lookout and stuff, like the Pokemon one. So not the Pokemon one, but you know what I mean.
Generic trading
Best
card
of
game.
Woody's restaurant.
Do we? So what are we?
We haven't
picked
moved
at
on to the
TCG,
next
right?
one. Yeah, we picked TCG and then we went off on a rant and we haven't gone for the
Okay.
other game.
Since Jet's going to take a shit,
Not quite, but thank you, sir.
Let's do a quick list here. Give ourselves a little reprieve. So the 8 most underrated games of 2024. Number 8, Pacific Dive.
Fuck that game. It wasn't good. I will tell you right now, like, if you play it for like fucking an hour and a half, 2 hours, you haven't experienced the entire thing in that fucking game. And I wasted so much time. And I even fucking refunded it once and bought it again because I was like, maybe it'll be better if I play it a little bit more. And I'm like, no, this is the fucking
Damn.
same ass bullshit over and over again. It's visually cool. It probably sounds cool, but the fucking developer is not. He's not in my good graces.
Fair. Number 7, No More Room in Hell 2. That came out in October. It's a zombie zombie game. Number 6, most underrated game of 2024. Alone in the Dark. I have not played that, but isn't that a remake? Didn't that come out? Did the original one come out a long time ago?
It sucked.
Another game that sucked. Next one is Kong or fucking Lord of the Rings. Gollum, yeah.
That game was garbage.
Listen, Mark, if you ever want to play it, I have the PS4 version.
Number 5, most underrated game of 2024, Until Dawn.
Okay, that's a fucking remake.
That came out. Yeah, that came out forever ago. And everybody shit on the fucking remake because they made fucking like theatrical and color changes to it, which actually like took away from like how the original storytelling was presented. In a fucking visual game, that's the entire point. Like, why the fuck would you do shit like that?
Fair.
This list is not a very good list, as we've caught on to so far.
Man didn't proofread before he got here.
No, he really didn't. He just pulled it up and said, this thing's remotely close.
All right, well, already halfway through, I guess.
I know. Number 4, Lego Horizon Adventures.
The Lego Horizon game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lego Horizon Zero Dawn.
I didn't play it. I don't know who that target market was for, but I don't think it was for anybody.
It really wasn't.
Fair. Number 3, most underrated game of 2024, Penny's Big Breakaway. Looks like a very colorful game that I can see James trying to 100%.
Just because it's
that
colorful?
Doesn't give me confidence.
It doesn't.
Wow, okay.
If you're looking for, literally the description is, if you're looking for a colorful game that didn't get nearly as much attention as it deserves, give some love to Penny's Big Breakaway. The 3D
doesn't look terrible.
3D platformer stars Penny, a street performer whose yo-yo comes to life.
Oh, I know what game this is. Yeah, it's a platformer. It's a 3D platformer. I hear it's good.
So, number 2, most underrated game of 2024, which will get some mixed reviews, Star Wars Outlaws.
I still have
awful.
I fucking uninstalled that game because I'm gonna play Call of Duty with the boys.
Yep. To uninstall Call of Duty.
Yeah, to uninstall Call of Duty.
Yeah, so I wanted to like that game so much. It had everything and, the potential of being great, but there was a bunch of things that kind of made it suck for me. I do know that they released a new patch or like major patch for it that supposedly fixed a bunch of the stuff and removed a bunch of the forced stealth mechanics in the game. So it's a lot more shooty bang bang type now, which is kind of what people wanted in the first place, not really like an action stealth game. So I have yet to play it, but the first time didn't really give me enough motivation to want to come back to it. So maybe since I'm paying for Ubisoft Plus or whatever, but it's a big maybe. I still got to finish Avatar, which is fucking great.
The bits that I caught just felt like it was very not at all what was kind of told to us originally about what the game was going to be.
Yeah, it didn't vibe with me.
Number 1 most underrated game of 2024. The game I didn't even know came out. Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the Nintendo Switch. It came out in February.
Yep.
I can hear clacking in the back like, what?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm just pulling up for the people on the Patreon that are watching this.
The goal of this game is to chase after Donkey Kong through a series of platforms. Sometimes you'll need to find a key to open the door, while others you'll need to guide mini Marios back to where they belong. This delightful little game didn't get that much attention. I didn't even know it was a thing. That was the most...
It's a remake of the Game Boy Advance title.
Yeah, I see that. It's a puzzle platformer.
Doing that lately.
And we'll quickly do
Zelda.
May. So, as of May 2025, The Witcher 3 turns 10 years old.
Oh my god.
I
remember picking it up at GameStop.
Yep. This one's gonna make everyone feel old. As of May 22nd, Perfect Dark is 25 years old.
Oh,
All right. All right. This is going to be very controversial. This is going to be extremely controversial. Perfect Dark's better than GoldenEye.
I never really
Perfect
Dark.
Perfect Dark is GoldenEye, but with good controls.
Yeah, I do love GoldenEye, but those controls were garbage.
They both hold separate places in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, personally, if it was multiplayer, it was GoldenEye. If it was single player, it was Perfect Dark, usually for me.
Fair.
And then as of May 3rd, the first Forza Motorsports is 20 years old.
Woof.
Yep. In June, Diablo 2 for the PC turns 25 years old.
Man, I wanted to play Diablo 2 so bad, but my dad wouldn't let me. Like, I would go over to his house, and he'd be like, you can watch me play this, but you're not allowed to play it. I'm too young. And I was like, fuck you. Well, you know what, Dad? Fuck you. Fuck you, Dad. I'm playing Diablo 2.
On June 21st, Destroy All Humans turns 20 years old.
Ooh.
Jesus. Yeah, that one hits me.
And as of June 21st, Battlefield 2 turns 20 years old.
Oof, I have that. I have a physical copy of Battlefield 2.
Yep. So yeah, that's as of June 2020. Oh, Persona 2. James, by the way, turns 25 years old on June 29th.
Oof.
Damn.
Okay, let's dive into the next category. Mark, you want to do this one? Oh, you just did the last one, didn't you?
I
That
think.
don't matter.
Yeah.
Walker, you
Alright,
do
go
this
ahead.
one.
Jett. I don't know. You do it, Walker.
Okay, best games to crack open a couple beers with the boys and vibe. It's pretty split, kind of. So, Stir Noodles says Deep Rock Galactic. Mark, Left 4 Dead 2. Jett, Left 4 Dead 2. And myself, I put Deep Rick. So,
Good old Deep
it's
Rock.
the DLC for Deep Rock Galactic. I say, honestly, I would chalk that up as a tie because both we'll just randomly throw on just for shits and giggles to be like, hey, you want to play a game? Sure, let's play this. Put this on and play.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, with Left 4 Dead 2, you can't just vibe on the dance floor with the boys.
I would
cracking open the
personally
cold
say,
one.
yeah.
That is true. That is
Deep
true.
Rock, now thinking about it more and more, is probably more of a vibing one because
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead sometimes can get to us when we're trying not to die.
Back for Blood.
Versus
Yeah.
Deep Rock.
Even Mark has a notable shout out to Deep Rock. Yeah, I will say, yeah, you drink a couple beers, get blackout drunk, or get
Rock
yourself
and
set on
Stone?
fire and run around and good old rock and
Well,
stone.
Mole.
Yeah. Malay.
Mole.
I
That
think we're in
one,
a-
I guess goes to Deep Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Deep Rock wins that one.
Deep Rick.
Well, Deep Rock.
James, you want to do the next one?
Yeah. The worst game I played all year. Also known as Congratulations, at least your playable award. I realized with that title, what I was typing out, what I was putting there, it completely negates the name of the award for me. So the nominees are Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Starfield, what the Dolphin for the Sega Genesis?
Is that seriously
Are
the
you
Echo
like
the
Echo the
Dolphin
Dolphin?
fucking video game?
It sure is.
You played it this year?
That is considered the worst game in the history that it was ever
That's
made.
not
So-
the
That's
same.
not
Did you
even
play it
close.
this year?
Did you play
Yeah,
it
did you
this
play-
year?
yeah.
That was the question in the thing.
Oh yeah, by the way, everyone who's listening, the awards, other than Game of the Year, it's just something we played this year. It doesn't have to be
Yes.
released this year.
All of this is a 2024 list.
I watched a video about it. So there's that.
Mister, I'm gonna fill this out. I'm done filling it out. You filled out half of it, and then you couldn't figure out anything else, so you started throwing random names.
No, I did have. I
Did
put
you
Yakuza.
AI most of these?
No, I put Yakuza
That's
on
what it
there
feels
originally.
like.
And
It feels like you like Googled your Gemini and like you put these questions in Gemini and said, "Answer this question for me, please," because I can't figure out an answer, and proceeded to throw that answer in there just to see what would happen.
Originally had all the Yakuza games.
Hold on, wait. Let me just do that real quick. Let me throw this into Gemini.
I swear if it pops up at least one of these. I swear to God.
Echo the Dolphin is literally, if you look at the list, it's one of the worst rated
Were
games
you
in history.
doing fucking random lists? What is the company likes? Kotaku lists, and just looking at them and just being like, "I'm
So
gonna
what's
pick
your
that
favorite
game."
part of Echo the Dolphin?
Or what's your least favorite part, I should say?
Whole game. Just floating around as a dolphin.
Answer this
No, my least
question
favorite
for
game
me.
is whatever game.
What is
I don't
the
remember
worst
what it
game
was.
I played all
This year. It
was a
wasn't
game
this
that
year.
Jett had us download.
It was Midnight Ghost Hunt, but it wasn't this year, sir. That was last year.
We were like, no, we're good.
Well, it's because we had
Alright.
one fun game, and then a second game we got absolutely
To help you
wrecked,
find
and
the
then people
answer,
said, "Welcome to the game,"
Consider
and then
these
we all
factors.
uninstalled it
Fun
after that.
factor. Did the game
Yeah.
fail to entertain you? Was it frustrating or boring? Technical issues? Were there frequent crashes, glitches, or performance problems?
What?
Story and gameplay?
I don't need a
Did the game
goddamn
have
history.
narrative, repetitive?
That's what happens when you look up worst. I asked Google Gemini to answer this question for me. What is the worst game I played all year? And that's what it said. It said, unfortunately, I don't have access to your personal gaming history. And then you have to
Or was it
reflect.
Due Process? No, it wasn't Due Process. I don't remember.
No, it was Midnight Ghost Hunt.
Yeah,
That's
been
what
like
I
I've
said.
said that 3 times, and then you just didn't listen.
True.
But I
that
can
would've
say
been the
we
worst
didn't
game I
play
played
it
all year.
this year. We didn't play it this year.
Well, it's still fresh in my memory, okay?
Obviously not, because you couldn't remember the name.
Because I tried to get it out of my memory, but it didn't work.
all right. And the
Okay,
the
whatever.
last nominee is Throne and Liberty.
Which I played for about
Okay.
20 minutes and immediately was not about it.
So Jett, I am unfamiliar with Throne and Liberty.
Throne and Liberty is an RPG game, but
No, Walker,
It's
do not
very-
change your fucking answers.
I'm not changing my answers.
No, Walker.
Oh,
What you talking about?
you mother.
I'm
Keep
sorry.
going.
Continue.
What's your answer, Jett?
Answer basically, I played about 20 minutes of it, went through the little like prologue story thing, and I have never. It's a lie. I've played some pretty vanilla games, but this game was awful vanilla. Like it just playing through the little story bit. The fighting was just very like swing. It felt like I was playing RuneScape with better graphics, but not fun parts of RuneScape. Like just like very old, clunky, and stuff like that. But they were like, we're gonna upgrade to Unreal 5 engine graphics, but it's still gonna be that clunky. And so I just didn't really enjoy it. When a lot of people were all about it's supposed to be the next MMO overall.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, there's ways of doing that, but the tedious gameplay needs to be somewhat fun, or have some
yeah,
something that kind
something
of draws
to it.
people to it.
The gameplay
Yeah.
loop is so important in MMOs. Like
It really
the
is
core
like it just
gameplay
didn't
loop
feel like
needs
I
it.
was unlocking anything. It felt like, oh, I'm gonna go do this mission. Cool, it unlocks the next mission. There's no story to it. There was nothing.
Mhm.
It was just very bland.
That's a lot of my issues with most MMOs, to be honest. It's just there's not a lot. Well, there is storytelling, but I don't want to read, so it's
So it's kind of like, I'm not about it. Plug it.
yeah. But somehow I got into RuneScape.
So,
I loved RuneScape, but I think that was just because it's like nostalgic from childhood.
so what you're saying,
yeah, me
Mark,
too.
is you're not joining my guild in Final Fantasy 14?
I mean, probably not right now, at least.
Hey, you know it's free
Probably not
right now.
anytime soon. I
Up
just
to level 60, including the critically acclaimed expansion Heaven's Blood.
I mean,
Or
I've been
Heaven's
meaning to play it, but MMOs are
not
a
his
little
cup of tea.
difficult. I've been waiting for the moment to try out Guild Wars 2 again.
I've wanted
because-
to play Guild Wars once, but Go
Yeah, like it was a MMO back whenever I was younger, and that was the hip new thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, gotta try that out again, see if it's. I'm surprised it's even fucking still around more than anything else.
it's still popular too.
I'm
what I've been
surprised
told.
Final Fantasy 11 is still around and still getting like updates and shit.
Oh yeah,
That's Because Square Enix just tries to ink every bit of money it possibly can and have everything they own.
People are still buying it. It's like, damn, okay. Mark, why did you think Starfield is the worst game you played all year?
Well, before I get there, I'd like to point out the fact that we have 2 Bethesda games on here. All right, next. So Starfield is all I can really say, it was just overhyped and overpromised, really, in the end. And I don't try to fall for that sort of shit, but like whenever you don't show anything about the game or really tell people like what to expect, they're going to expect what they do. And so you really only kind of take in what this fucking political propaganda type shit that people try and sell you to get you to buy the game. I know some people really like Starfield.
I did.
It just wasn't my thing. It was the like it was. I wanted to say fine, but it's like the next level down.
Mediocre.
Like, it's okay.
It's okay.
Like it has so much potential, and like you can kind of see where that potential is with the like DLC Shattered Space a little bit, but even that it fell short. Like it really, even the DLC didn't really live up to its expectations, but it gave us a glance of what the game could potentially be. Long story short, it was just too fragmented, and it didn't really feel like a space game for me. Just by the way you navigated around and how many menus and cutscenes and not cutscenes. Well, there were a bunch of really fucking pointless cutscenes. I'll get over that.
It really was.
But there was just a lot of like downtime between things I wanted to play, and a lot of times in Bethesda games, most of those things are really tedious in the first place. So you add in the tedium of an unnecessary cutscene and 4 loading screens between each, star system or some shit. It's just like, I don't want to do this. But I played it for like 34 hours, so I tried my best.
I enjoyed it a lot, but I like about the storyline to the fact of it's more main story. I will say, like, the one thing that got me on the game is the ending to the main story was stupid.
I mean, the entire main story was stupid. Let's be real.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I liked that you got to go, like, one of my favorite things was, like, they wanted you to go to different planets to experience different planets. Obviously, they did promise a lot more than there actually was on that aspect of things.
So I totally get it, but it would have been so nice if they would have used a different building or different puzzle for each planet that you went to. The fact that it was the same fucking puzzle for like fucking 6 or 10 fucking missions, I wanted to blow my brains out.
That's fair. I don't disagree on that. I had fun more with the side stories, as I always do with Bethesda games, like Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, whatever you want to call it, and Oblivion. I definitely felt to be more on that aspect of things. I liked going and doing different storylines, enjoying the little twists that some of them had in them, which were kind of fun. But I get why you wouldn't like it, to be perfectly honest, because it's like it's. If you go strictly off of that aspect of, like the game does not feel very as open as they said it was supposed to, and then a lot of the planets when you get to like out in the wilderness are like, it's supposed to be unique in their own ways. Every planet is crazy. It's like, no, every planet just has a different skin on it. That's really what it is.
Yeah, and I understand in game development you have limitations and stuff like that, but I don't know. I personally see like the potential of where it could go, and it just feels lacking is kind of a way I put it. And kind of to the story's points, I personally didn't really find any connection with basically any of the characters in the game, including all of the followers. I think I liked was it the robot dude Bosco?
Was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, he was my follower because all the other ones fucking pissed me off.
That's fair.
I wanted to like that game so much.
I get you.
It's a shame.
Go back and play the DLC because from what you told us last time, I totally understand.
Yeah, I mean,
Jeremy, go ahead. Sorry.
We're trying.
Yeah. Jeremy, you gonna explain to us the dolphin?
It's just a really shitty Sega Genesis game that you rode a dolphin and try to get points.
No, that's not it.
Sure about that?
He's like, let me watch this quick YouTube video of the.
I know you play as a dolphin, but I just don't remember.
You played this year, Jeremy.
I did.
was your,
but
least
it made me so
playable.
mind numbing that I forgot a lot of it. So, yeah, I'll chalk.
So my pick of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is kind of the congratulations, at least you're playable award. That's
Pulling at straws.
Yeah, that's pulling at straws. It's not. I can't play it. I cannot play this game.
Why is that?
Ray tracing is baked into the engine, and my
you
card does not
physically cannot
support.
play
My card does not support ray tracing, so there is no way for me to actually play this game. Not a single way, unless I upgrade my card, or buy an Xbox, which would be about the same price, or wait till the PlayStation 5 version comes out next year. And at that point, it's
So did
like,
anybody
do I want to?
here? Did anybody here play it?
I wanted to. I heard a lot of good things about it. Obviously, the thing that sucked because you can't play it physically, but
Yeah, I played it. I don't know. I had mixed reviews. Again, it was cool, but it just didn't grab my attention as much as I would have liked.
fair.
And just the tedium of some of the map design. I guess that's kind of to its point or to its benefit. Like the map design is cool and kind of complex, like a kind of like a Metroidvania sort of thing. But it becomes kind of tedious whenever you have to backtrack through sort of things. But you're also tend to do that because you're interested in like 100%ing the whole thing. So that's kind of like to its benefit. Like the game is entertaining enough that you kind of want to do that. But after doing it for a couple hours, it was rough. But I know for a lot of people, it was like their game of the year. So I can't really say too much, but I played it once and I was like, all right, that's works for me.
Game.
Yeah, and it ran like shit.
I steal a lot of those games out the bat. I mean, I think, in all honesty, with the winner seems to be really Indiana Jones due to the fact that Mark's played it, said it's meh, and James just absolutely can't play it. So
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Dolphin's a close second.
I mean, I would say Starfield's a close second, but okay.
yeah, I mean, if you've played Starfield, then it's like I said, it's not for everybody in any way. shape, or
racist.
Yes, my favorite game, Dolphin.
Dolphin
I'm
for
saying.
Sega Genesis.
The next category, James, do you want to?
I thought I just.
Or who did this one?
They just did it.
Yeah,
Jett, go ahead.
Okay. Best game to crank my hog to. This one was an interesting one because it depended on what direction people wanted to go with this. It was like I could do it while playing it, or I could do it purely on the fact that there's things in the game that would make me do that. So I kind of went with both. James went with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is makes a lot of sense from what Walker keeps telling me. Mark, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, 100%, especially with mods. I picked Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, mainly for the fact that there's a lot of stuff in that game that could make you do that. It's very, very rated mature, let's just say that. Then Jeremy, Skullgirls Second Encore, which I've never heard of, and I feel like this is another one of those ones that
Walker.
he didn't actually play.
Who's your favorite character from Skullgirls?
I like them all. There's 14 different people to choose from. It's one of my favorite fighting games. The art style and the mechanics are just they're top notch, and I like how they improved it from the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one would you
I
say
like
makes
all
you
of them.
feel
I
the
just
most?
can't.
Which one do you think makes you feel the most unwise?
Yeah, if you had to pick one, what would her name be?
Which one are you cranking your hog to, guy?
So there's just one with purple hair that always got me. I don't exactly remember her name, but she was my favorite. I'm pretty sure her name was like Maria, if I recall, if I'm thinking about it correctly. Yeah.
He's tried so
she
hard.
She actually had like darker. It wasn't necessarily purple hair, but it was darker hair.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
that
that
was
was my favorite. Darker Hat.
Okay, that is a titty right there. I just
Yeah,
pull up
but-
a Skullgirl Second Encore for the
Straight titty.
Patreon, and I just see one of the characters with their titty out.
Only Patreon.
Only on Patreon.
Yeah, you had to get the DLC though to get Maria, so that's the only thing.
Okay.
You got the
What was
DLC when you played it too, Walker?
Wow,
Yeah.
that's nuts.
I had to go all out.
That's crazy, man.
So like also like who, what was your favorite combo from Maria?
Like I'm a button masher, so I just hit the buttons to make it go. So yeah, that's who we voting.
Walker. Okay. If I were to probably pick one, I mainly because I haven't played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I also watched it, so I'd probably pick that. Personally,
I mean, you got
I'd go with Final Fantasy
or
VII
not Yuffie,
Rebirth.
Tifa and Aerith.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Eenies.
I put Elder Scrolls 4 because that was my like, what's the word? Anime hentai awakening.
That was your
Yeah.
King your
That's-
Hog 2 game.
Yeah, you learn about cartoon big titty bitches, and you're like, I'm 12. Yeah, it was probably not the best that I had a computer, but goddamn, it was great. So that's probably not relevant now, but I did play it within the last year quite a bit. So
that makes sense.
Notably mention it.
All right, I'll definitely.
See,
I can
was
definitely say
expecting
that I
you
know
to
the-
say like the lizard people really get me going,
Yeah,
or like something
really
those
do it.
Khajiits
They-
just
yeah, the Khajiits.
They
really-
really do it for me.
So I'd say
It
Final
has wares.
Fantasy VII.
yeah,
Probably Final Fantasy VII
you
I'll go
can't
with
go
that.
wrong with Final Fantasy VII.
Rebirth specifically.
The next category, games that suck but we kept playing anyways. So Mr. James did College Football 25, Mark Horizon Forbidden West, Madden 25, and then myself, I
there goes
split it
Walker.
between Fortnite and Sea of Thieves. What?
You got crunchy for a second there. You cut
Face
out.
got country.
That's-
So James College 25, Mark Horizon Forbidden West, Jett Madden 25, and myself. It was a tie between Fortnite and Sea of Thieves. Because that game, I'll kind of explain mine really quick, and then you guys can go. So, as we always talked about, Fortnite, it's a hit or miss. You have some good games, and then you have some shit games. It's like that meme. Sometimes play. What is it? What is the thing?
Sometimes maybe do.
Sometimes really good. Sometimes maybe shit.
Facts.
And Sea of Thieves, depending on when you play, it could be really fun, but also fucking annoying. Specifically when you have a ship full of loot and a bunch of tryhards come out and just fucking destroy your ship and steal all your stuff. So that happened to me and Mark the one time we played where we just defeated a boss and another crew rolls up and fucking kills us. We're like, yeah, I think we're done for the day.
Yeah, it's a part of the game, but at the same time, like we
Yeah.
spent quite a long time and fucking stress and effort to get it done, and yeah, it was just annoying. Just
So, yeah.
you don't get anything out of it at the end.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it's just like
It's a waste.
just
of time.
annoyance. So yeah, that those are my two picks.
Mark, what we got for Horizon Forbidden West?
So it's a, so I really, again, this is kind of reiterating. I really wanted to enjoy this game as well, and I definitely put in way too much time in order to try and find where it gets better. And it's okay. Like, I really enjoyed even then, the first Horizon game, I can't say I really enjoyed it. I liked it, and probably, towards the higher scale of liked, like I definitely enjoyed it. But there were a lot of quirks of it and a lot of bullshit that I just kind of pushed through because I thought it was going to be fun. And it ultimately was, but I do know that like it wasn't the best of game. And then Forbidden West comes around with a new coat of paint, but long story short, it's essentially the same game, but just a different story, which is fine, and a new setting and all that sort of stuff. But there wasn't really anything that kind of brought me into it like the first one. The storytelling is a direct continuation of the first game, which is fine, but it kind of loses a lot of the urgency that the first game created due to their storytelling, which kind of made the progression through it a lot more interesting. Where now they've continued it, and I'm not trying to spoil it too much, but you're trying to find a bunch of little shit or little computer pieces around the world. But it doesn't really feel like, you have so much stake into it anymore because you already accomplished what you did in the first game. So for me, it just really failed to capture my engagement as much as I wanted to like it. And I probably have 30, 40 hours in it. And yeah, I'll probably go back to it at one point, knowing me too. So, yep.
Definitely wanted to try it. I had the same thoughts that you did with the first Horizon. I played it a bunch when it first came out. Probably played up to, I'd say 20 hours into it, 15 hours into it, and then I just kind of was like, this feels very repetitive. Like it's just the same thing
push
over and over and over and over and over again. And then I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Stop playing it for like 5 years, maybe 4 years. And then randomly went back to it when I was sick for like a whole week. So I was laying on the couch, basically dying, and I was like, "Cool, I guess bring my PlayStation and just go through my library of games that I have." Played it again, made it all the way through, beat the game, and it got better with the repetitive stuff once you got like halfway through the game. But
oh yeah,
the story was really good for about 85% of it.
Yeah.
And it was just like once you got past like a certain part, it just felt very much like, okay, what's next? Oh, I guess I could guess what's next. Never mind. Okay. And then that was the ending was very lackluster in my opinion, but
yeah, because it's trying to set itself up for the second game.
Yeah, it was kind of very open, but it wasn't a good ending to start an opening. Like there is some movies and some games that can do that very well. It didn't do it that well. But I wanted to play Forbidden West because it heard that like everybody's like it's very close to similar second one or the first one, but like 3 times bigger and more stuff to do. And I was like, maybe that would be less repetitive at that point. But from what you're saying, it doesn't sound like that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is if you like the first one, you'll definitely like Forbidden West.
Fair.
I was a little so-so with the first one. Like Towards more enjoyed it, but even this one's kind of a little rough for me to push through.
Yeah, I think that's my mindset with that, honestly. Was I might try it just because of that, but I'm gonna wait till it goes on sale and get like the complete edition for PC or my PlayStation. One of the two.
Oh hell yeah.
So, next answer was I guess mine. Madden. It is pretty much in my entire last 4 or 5 years since I've become more and more obsessed with football. And in general, just been more on that side of things. I would say that's always been that game for me. That I hated it because it sucked, but there was nothing else remotely close to kind of fill that gap for the off season for Madden or anything along those lines for me, for the off season for football in general. And so, yeah, for a long time, I was really glad to hear the college football when it came out because it kind of helped a lot because you could bounce back and forth. And it would be fun, and I think it definitely, James probably agrees on a lot of these things, is that it just was the only thing available, so it's kind of was like, well, fuck it, I guess. But that definitely has always, I've put hundreds of hours into, I say the last probably 3 Maddens have a collective of 500 plus hours into them for me. So, it's definitely one of those games.
I remember Madden 25. It was a PS4 launch title, if I remember correctly.
The original Madden 25.
Oh, you're thinking of a different.
Is that a new Madden 25?
Yeah,
yeah. So there was a Madden 25 when they released it on the next gen consoles. This is the first one that they ended up doing, and then the Madden 25 was just this year of Madden
2025. Oh fuck me.
Yep.
Sorry.
Let's make things as confusing as possible.
Yeah, let's name 2 different.
Let's name it the same game.
25. Yeah, pretty though. But yeah, no, it definitely was. say
Jameson.
James.
All right, I can probably cover a entire college level course on all of the flaws in NCAA or college football 25, but I'm gonna keep this short. Presentation garbage. Um, it still fucks up passing. Passing still isn't great. It's better than Madden, but it's still
But
hard to
it's
do like just a straight up lob pass over the defenders, like throw it into the bucket. It's next to impossible. Sometimes the blocking AI is absolute horseshit.
yeah.
The things like again, going to the presentation too, again, it's like, oh, when we win a championship, they're just standing in a line and pointing at the trophy, and it's not like football NCAA 14 where, you know, even if any bowl game or any championship game, there's the confetti pouring down, they're jumping up, they're cheering, the players
It's
are
a
like
lot
all
more of a,
hyped.
the excitement, celebration.
Yeah. Um I mean, once you get into the dynasty, once you get really good into the dynasty, it becomes trivial to get recruits, which I guess is realistic. Um I've had multiple bugs where the game just gave my opponent 2 points for no reason, or they gave me 2 points for no reason. I've had issues with the game not subbing in and out players, where it will either sub out players so much that in the third quarter my fullback is now the starting running back, or my starting running back does not leave the field. Even though
Yeah,
he's
Madden
like,
had that issue as well. It's just something to do with their substituting. It's
Mhm.
stupid.
And the Road to Glory mode is half baked. If you ask me, the career mode's half baked. It is cool that you have choices during the game or before some games where you get text messages from teammates or the coach or classmates about doing different things. But for the most part, I only being able to choose a handful of positions like defensive back, middle linebacker, running back, quarterback, wide receiver. Maybe I want to play a tight end. Maybe I want to play a fullback. Maybe I want to play a right tackle. Maybe I want to play a kicker. It's not letting me role play as this shitty little kicker that goes onto the transfer portal, who starts from
Yeah,
a
it's fucking
small.
irritating.
And there's
Yeah.
you basically just pick your starting archetype, and you're basically your starting level, your starting overall. You don't have to play through through high school like in 14, which I want to be able to do that again. Because let's be real here. This is a role playing game. I am playing the
Yeah.
role of this character. I am inserting myself into this character as this blue chip prospect,
Making decisions for this
making
character.
decisions exactly, and I just want it to be more like that. Kind of like how it was with NCAA 14. It's better. It's better than Madden.
But that's a very low bar.
Exactly. Bring back 2K. Hashtag bring back NFL 2K.
I can't say much because 2K basketball games are also that way now.
Yeah,
They're just getting very bland and repetitive.
But here's the thing. There's no other college football game. There's no other NFL game. Back when there was 2K5, NFL, like the 2K series, EA had competition.
Oh yeah.
And some of the best NBA 2K games came out when NBA Live was out.
Yeah, they had to be alive for a little there, but it was just so bad they just gave up on it.
It's still competition though. It's still competition. They need competition. 2K and EA need competition to better each other, which only helps us as the gamers. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
You're welcome.
Fair enough.
Shit.
Tough one.
I really feel
I
bad.
could do an entire podcast series of all
Yeah, it
of the
seems like it.
mistakes
Holy hell.
but I still have about 250 hours in the game.
Yeah, that's about right.
Because of how much I've seen James play that game, I'm gonna say the college basketball. I mean football.
I don't disagree, mainly because I fall into the same category as him. I just wanted to put a different answer, but it just pretty much put a different version of the same game.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
I'm gonna vote for Fortnite because fuck Fortnite.
true.
Also fair.
So we're tied at 2. Oh no, never mind. It's 3-1. Never mind.
Yeah, it's college football.
Yeah.
Yeah, just based off of like how much I've seen James play, and then still kind of like, no, this game's garbage.
Although I will say the netcode's way better in college football than it is in Madden for online. The online is fucking shit in Madden.
The
No,
ultimate
I
team
imagine.
isn't bad. The actual like franchise stuff or stuff like along those lines is pretty rough.
Well, yeah, because the Madden Ultimate Team is the one that actually makes them consistent money.
Yeah. Like the Ultimate Team's a lot of fun. I think that's good, but yeah, like you said, it's. I think franchise on Madden isn't bad, but like you said, Superstar has kind of been very lackluster for the last like 3 years because they've done pretty much similar things and they've never really expanded upon it because they're like it works and we're selling copies, so that's all that matters.
Because
So-
it's all that we got. It's the only thing
Exactly.
we have. Fuck
Pretty
you,
much.
fuck you, NFL.
Fuck you, EA. So yeah, all right. Moving on to the next one. Who do we got?
Actually, should we take a small break and go to some
The next list.
anniversaries or lists?
Yeah, I don't have any more lists, but I do have anniversaries for the month of September. So the
Yeah.
list and lists
Say, do you remember?
for the months are getting significantly longer. So I'm gonna have to add a couple. So starting from the top, so Rayman
Oh boy.
for the PS1
Oh boy.
on September 9th turns 30 years old.
Yup.
Oh.
Everyone's favorite Burnout Revenge,
That was the best one.
on September 13th turns 20 years old.
Rest in peace, Burnout.
The first game that is officially older than everyone here. On September 13th, Super Mario Bros., the first Super Mario game, turns 40 years old on September 13th. Undertale, on September 15th, turns 10 years old.
Only 10. I thought it was older.
Yeah. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2
Oh.
Oh,
on September 19th
Don't do it.
turns 25 years old.
dude, I remember playing this shit out too.
Going down the list here, Persona 4, September 29th, Persona turns 10 years old. Tony Hawk's Pro
Wait,
Skater 5.
wait, Persona 4?
Yeah, Dancing All Night.
Oh,
for the-
dancing. Oh, that's Dancing All Night. Okay, Persona 4.
It's a different game.
Yeah, that's
It's a different
different.
game.
Yeah, that's different. Persona 4 was really good on PS2.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, September 29th, turns 10 years old.
We don't talk about Pro Skater 5.
Yeah, that's not
Not in
the
this
worst
house.
one out of all of them.
Not in this house.
Nope. October. Oh, I just realized I skipped August.
Meh.
So, going backwards, August. On August 5th, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island turns
Joshua?
30 years old. Tekken 2 on August 15th turns 30 years old. Until Dawn, August 15th, turns 10 years old. Dragon Quest VII, August 26th, turns 25 years old.
Oh. That's right.
So, yep. So, that just leaves us with October, November, and December. Which I can do one after every category because we have 4 left.
Oh, wow. Perfect.
Yep. So, Mark, you want to do the next one?
Mark's not here right now. Please leave a message after we kill me.
Okay. Believe I'm on the right one. Game with the most cooling shit.
Cool.
We have Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero, Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, Silent Hill 2 remake, and Fortnite.
Sir.
Alright.
We'll start with Jeremy.
So I say Fortnite because of they had Snoop Dogg, they had Ariana Grande, they just did an event where Mariah Carey got unfrozen from a giant icicle singing her Christmas song.
Man, imagine
they
being
also
a retail worker. Okay, imagine being a retail worker trying
I'm
to
so glad I don't
unwind,
have to hear that
trying to
song all the time.
unwind after a long, hard day of the holiday season work. I'm gonna play some Fortnite, and you hear that,
Yep.
and
I'd
it's like you're
break.
transported
I'd
back to
crack.
Vietnam.
Yeah, get those Nam flashbacks.
So yeah, this year in general, they've had 5 concerts, including Metallica. So when, like just
Metallica.
overall, I think that, and now they have Fortnite Legos. They have Guitar Hero built into
That is pretty cool.
Fortnite now. They have
I will say I am thankful for
Rocket League.
I am thankful for Fortnite making it easy to get Guitar Hero guitars or Rock Band / Guitar Hero guitars again.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Rock Band. They're Rock Band guitars
Rock
because I
Band.
think Epic owns Harmonix now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's all that encompassed now. And then beginning of the year, they had Dragon Ball Z. So it's just that like there was so much shit throughout the year, as much as everyone hates that game game does now.
So what you're
It's
saying is
fucking wild.
this game basically turned into the Ultimate Showdown, the old Newgrounds Flash animation.
Oh, 100%. You want to see Godzilla hit the gritty, you go to Fortnite because you can do it right now.
I don't.
I'd rather see myself die.
I'm just saying, he was a unlockable character in the last season, and people were hitting the gritty. So
Yeah.
it's there.
That note. I don't disagree with you on that one, Walker. It did have a lot of good stuff, but I would say most cool looking shit, yes. I don't disagree to an extent on that one just because it had so much shit. So there's a lot of it I don't like, but whatever. For me, it was probably Silent Hill. Obviously, Silent Hill 2 remake, purely because I thought I had played it in the past, but I didn't come to find out after texting James, who loves Silent Hill, and I enjoyed when I played. Come to find out, I played Silent Hill 1, not 2. So this game was brand new to me. Never really had played it before, so got to experience it in full. And that game has a lot of cool, creepy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
my favorite.
I've gotten a couple of jump scares in that game, but in my opinion, like the art and stuff in that game was so good and so detailed, personally, and it was just really cool looking, going different between worlds basically in the game, and it was really cool. So, Mark.
Oh geez. Well, I've been progressing through Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. I know it hasn't, or it came out I don't know, a few years ago, a year ago, or something like
I think
that.
it was
But
last year.
even now, like it's there's just so much fucking detail in that game. Like they just built the world so so nice. Like they created the feel of Pandora that was created in the movies like substantially well. And even in a video game, like that sort of stuff is difficult, but just the level of like interactivity and how great it visually looks, assuming your computer can run it in the first place, that's kind of beyond the point. But it's still to this day even one of the most like visually impressive games I've probably played. Yeah, next would probably be Death Stranding, but even that's like not as visually impressive until you get further into it, and it's just kind of like fucked up cool, which is different, I guess. I don't know.
Mark, you remember that time that I played it and I maxed out all of the graphical settings and it basically caught my computer on fire?
Yeah, and then you're like, I can't run it. I am uninstalling this shit. Fucking terrible game. Never playing it again.
Well, okay, so in all fairness, it was already running like hot garbage on the recommended settings.
Yeah, it's not an easy game to run.
So I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna max it all out. Let's see how.
See what happens if does a nuclear meltdown on your computer.
Oh yeah, I'd hard crashed.
But visually, it creates the world of Pandora really well. Yeah. Right, Jameson.
And James.
For mine, I mean, it's fucking Dragon Ball, dude. It's fucking Dragon Ball. Do I need to say anything more?
Yeah,
No,
fucking
not
Zero
really.
was super fucking pretty.
It is the second
And-
best looking Dragon Ball game ever made,
Agreed.
right behind Fighters. The way that it's everything I wanted in life. I wanted a new Tenkaichi. I'm shocked that I lived long enough to see a new Tenkaichi.
It's so good, but it just for some reason did not keep our interest as long as I expected. It was a lot of fun though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I don't know if it really stands out to me as like the most cool looking shit.
Big Beam Blast, my guy.
Yo, yeah, like the cinematics and like how it looked was really cool. I guess I don't know. I guess that wasn't what I was focusing on whenever I played it, so it doesn't like speak to me as much.
Fair.
Yeah, I never got a chance to play it, but I played Kakarot. I finally beat that this year, and that was fun. So close.
Jesus Christ.
So that's a vote for Dragon Ball.
I don't know. I still vote for Fortnite just based off all of the shit that they've been encompassed into the game. That's just.
Well, you got to vote for somebody that's not yourself.
Oh, then
for
I'll vote for
me-
Dragon Ball Z.
For me, it would be Avatar. Because it's just the playing that game max settings at like 1 frame a second, I really got a chance to
Experience greatness of that
experience how beautiful it looked.
For
Dude, you
1
wanna know a
second
fun
before your
fact with
computer
that?
died.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, so they actually have a developer like fucking ultimate graphic setting that's not even available in the main game. You have to like go into a config setting and enable it, and then you have the like ultra max fucking supreme
Oh no.
setting.
So what you're saying is I need to reinstall
There's
the game.
still more potential.
I need to reinstall the game
Well,
and get like
we're gonna get a
one
message from Discord. His stuff melted down. He has to go buy a new graphics card.
Guys, my house is on fire.
He's like, why does it smell like something's smoking?
Now I kicked that shit down the stairs.
I guess my
No,
vote is
piece of
probably
shit.
Dragon Ball at this point, just because that game is beautiful. They did it justice, I will say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Dragon Ball as well.
It is.
I don't know. Walker did give a good thing with Fortnite, but like, I don't know. I don't give a shit about celebrities. So when it like that's not like cool looking shit. Like if it was, I don't even know what they could fucking do like to really, make me think that. But like it's not. It's also not a game that it speaks to me as most cool looking game I've played.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
Fair.
not. It's
I don't know, but I get where you're
it does
coming
more
from.
cool stuff than
Yeah.
cool looking.
yeah, I think it has more cool stuff in it that you can play as all of these skins, but I would not necessarily call it cool looking.
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah,
agree.
Dragon Ball.
Yep, I agree.
Fucking zero.
Let's do one more, then I'll do October.
Okay.
Um,
I guess I can do it.
yeah, go ahead.
The best game that doesn't fit in any other category, but I want to talk about it. The nominees are TCG Card Shop Simulator. Thank goodness you're here. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And Squirrel with a Gun. Walker, let's start with you. What was your favorite part about Squirrel with a Gun? How long have you been
I liked
following
running around
How
as
long
a
have you been
squirrel that had a
following
gun.
this project?
Like that, I would say that was my best, just running around with a squirrel with a fucking gun. That
What was
was.
your favorite gun?
It's one squirrel. It has a gun. There's no multiple
What?
squirrels.
He said gun.
Yeah, what
Favorite
was your,
gun.
What was your
Favorite
favorite gun?
I like the Glock 55.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think about that opening part of the game, where you're running through the neighborhood as a squirrel?
That's pretty cool. It
and
was.
You find that gun.
Yeah, I liked all the terror that we saw in the eyes of the people.
So a lot of people have a complaint about that game, and I want to know what your thoughts about it are. A lot of people thought that the guns are way too overpowered in the game, and that the kickback on them is ridiculous. Like you just get flown back 15 feet whenever you shoot. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, like it definitely could be probably take it down a notch about 15%, but yeah, it was
So
good.
I just completely lied.
Everything, yeah. Just to see if the man was paying any attention here.
All right, so Squirrel with a Gun, it's pretty rad. I haven't played it, so I have no idea, but I've been following the project since 2020 when they started.
Heard funny things about it. I heard it's very Goat Simulator-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be next?
Oh
shit, I guess me.
Jett, yeah.
Mine's kind of like we got into it the last one with the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. The reason why it doesn't fit in the category, which kind of it did fit into a category, obviously with the most cool looking shit for your guys' answer.
It did fit into a category for you though.
Correct. I enjoyed it a lot, and it did make it feel a lot more nostalgic to the old ones. I think the gameplay was really good in a lot of ways. I think the fighting system was very, very fluid in a lot of ways. One of my favorite things was the blast mechanics when you hit two together and you have to like do the whole button mashing or spinning the joysticks thing like the old days, which was great. I loved it. How many people struggled with the same bosses, but how many people didn't? And if they did, it was hilarious how they ended up doing that.
Grade 8 Vegeta.
Grade 8 Vegeta was so hard for a lot of people, and I had very little issue with him. I think the worst for me was Kid Buu, and people are like, "Oh, Kid Buu wasn't that bad," and I'm like, I don't see where the issues change with that, but it definitely is interesting to say the least in a lot of those ones. But I think for me, it was a very underrated game because it came out super hot and then it just kind of fell down and nobody talked about it pretty much after that for a little while.
Okay, Mark.
Mark.
Oh, well, my game to kind of talk about for a second is Thank Goodness You're Here. It's an indie game, at least as far as I know. It might be by a bigger publisher, but I don't really give a fuck. Long story short, it is a really wholesome experience. That's like if you want a good feeling, funny game to play, and one that's also visually interesting, I'd recommend it. Like I don't want to spoil it too much just because it is actually a really short game. But if you want something, if you're just in a bad mood and you want something fucking dumb to play, I highly recommend it. It was something that took me out of a dark time in the past, or at least more recently. Just, we all deal with all those sort of shit. So it's definitely a way that I was able to kind of cheer me up. And it's one of the few times in the past year that I've like audibly and like vocally like laughed and like fucking like retched fucking laughing. Like I was fucking dying from this game. And there's not too many things that really do that to me too often. Gutturally fucking laughing. So if you want a good time that's just kind of wholesome and fun and has a lot of jokes, like the entire thing is a fucking joke. So like it's just just such a kind game. Like it's not kind because essentially the premise, like it's the most similar game I can think of is like Untitled Goose Game.
Is it? I was about to ask. Is it by the same company? Because I see a bundle on like Nintendo on Switch with both games.
It's by the Firewatch people.
Oh.
It looks like, or at least that's the same publisher. Yeah, these folks. Yeah, I'm just seeing the bundle, but yeah, it's definitely a game if you're looking for a little indie game and a nice little story to kind of follow. That's also really funny and just a way to waste some time. It's a great experience. Yeah.
That's pretty dope. Good shit. James.
I mean, TCG Card Shop Simulator, you run a card shop. It's a copy-paste simulator game, so nothing too crazy.
Hell yeah.
But I really like how it's just an expanded version of the guy's original project, TCG Card Shop Tycoon, that was on mobile. It was cool seeing it in a fully developed 3D space. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That was kind of the big thing with it.
I never played the mobile game. Like, how similar is it?
So that's more of a tycoon game. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's very similar, I guess, but it's isometric and you place the shit down, but it's you still buying and selling cards, buying and selling packs, cracking in packs with the boys. You know, I would.
Hmm.
It's free, so I would definitely give it a shot. Just for
Yeah, why
funsies.
not?
TCG card.
Shop Tycoon. I think it's what it's called. But it's all the same cards and everything.
Okay. Good shit.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's awesome.
Oh, there's
for
a
my
sequel.
vote. Oh, you said there's a sequel to it too?
Mm-hmm. There's two. There's number 2.
Is
Oh,
2
yeah.
better than the one?
I don't know. I haven't played 2. Maybe I'll play 2 and I'll get back to you guys.
Yeah, let us know. For me, I'm gonna go with Thank Goodness You're Here. Just the way Mark described it, it does make it seem like it's a fun game, specifically with everything that's been going on. So that was a good description. So that's my vote.
Yeah, I would say, like, just looking at the game, I mean, it seems very unique, very interesting, very colorful. It looks like a game that I would absolutely fall in love with. So that's Thank Goodness You're Here is for my vote.
Let me do a quick little.
And I mean, I saw the udders on that cow. That I'm here for it.
That's what sold you?
I'm here for it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's so dumb, but like it's so like I don't know. I enjoy funny games, so whenever a good one comes around that's like not just a straight meme game, I'm all here for it.
Nice.
Looks like it'd be a fun little one, so we'll go with that one.
Hell yeah.
Thank goodness you're here. All right,
Thank goodness
Walker,
you're
for
here.
your list, what we got?
So for October, once again, tons of games. So kind of trying to go through the most beneficial. So SSX Tricky.
It's tricky.
October
tricky.
11th
Tricky.
turns
It's
20
tricky.
years old.
Jeez.
On time is tricky.
I guess it was around that time.
Tricky.
That's such a good game.
Quake 4
Oh, good
turns
Lord.
20 on October 18th.
That was a 360 launch title.
Shadow of Colossus.
Oh no.
October 18th turns 20 years old.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. Jack X Combat Racing. October 18th, 20 years old. Time Splitters for the PS2 turns 25 years old on October 23rd.
Time Splitters.
I wonder how long it's been an arcade cabinet.
Probably a minute.
What?
Call of Duty 2.
Wait,
Time Splitters.
Are you thinking Time Crisis?
Maybe? Is it the one with the foot pedal?
That's Time Crisis.
That's Crisis.
Yeah, Time Splitters is the one by Free Radical. That was a first-person shooter for the PS2 that was going through different time periods. I'm sure if you looked it up, you would know exactly. You'll be like, oh yeah, that game.
Call of Duty 2 for PC. October 25th, 20 years old.
Okay, so I have 2 stories about Call of Duty 2 if y'all will indulge me.
Yeah, what do we got?
Right.
So the first one was before the game came out. So my mom worked at Toys R Us at the time, and they just got in the Xbox 360 demo cabinet.
Hell yeah.
And I remember clear as day, I was sitting in my room playing Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater on the PS2.
The
PS2. My mom barges into my room when I'm after she gets home from work and goes,
"Wee little lad,
Jamie, we just got the Xbox 360 in. There was this game Call of Duty 2. It looks incredible. The graphics are amazing." And I look and I'm at the part where you're fighting not the end. The one with the bees, the bee man. But with the flamethrower. And I remember looking at her dead in the fucking eyes and saying, "What are you talking about? nothing will ever look as good as this. And I pointed to the screen.
That.
And then Call of Duty 2 was the game that made me upgrade my computer for the first time. I got Call of Duty 2 for PC, the special edition, because at the time I was really big into World War II stuff. And the special edition was, well, special because it had History Channel documentary videos on it.
Oh yeah.
Kind of cool.
Well,
I didn't know that.
it was a DVD. It was on DVD, not CD. I only had a CD player, so me and my mom ran up to Best Buy, bought a DVD drive for our computer, for our old XPS computer, and boy howdy did I play the shit out of Call of Duty 2 for the next 3 years.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't blame you. Wasn't there 2 Call of Duty 2s? I think there was
Big Red 1.
2 in the Big Red one.
Yeah, Big Red 1 was the console exclusive. Because
Oh,
the last gen console, so GameCube, PS2, and the Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I played.
Mm-hmm.
Back when that came out. I remember that way too much.
Mm-hmm. I have fond memories of the Call of Duties on PS2. Fond memories.
Mine was the 360 ones when they introduced Modern Warfare.
Oh yeah,
that was another game. I had the special edition of on the PC.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I had Final Fantasy VII on a PC. The black disc edition that now would be worth like $3,000, and I gave it to one of my friends for free. Good times, good times.
You know, you win some, you lose some.
Next, Civilization 4 for PC, October 25th, turns 20 years old.
Oh god. Oh god.
How long ago did
Ratchet
Civilization 3 come out?
What were you saying?
When did Civilization 3 come out? Because that's the one that I played the most.
I don't know. I have to look that up.
I'm looking it up.
Ratchet Deadlock for the PS2, October 25th, turns 20 years old.
God. 2001 was when Civ 3 came out.
Soul Calibur 3, also October 25th. Got a theme here. Yeah, a lot of games on October 25th. Turns 20 years old. Spyro, the Year of the Dragon.
Yeah.
First Spyro. October 25th. Turns 25 years old. Also, October 25th. SSX, the original, turns 25 years old.
Jesus
Good old
Christ.
snowboarding.
Also, on now October 26th,
Oh, shit.
Tekken Tag Tournament.
Oh, Tekken Tag Tournament.
25 years old on October 26th.
I was more of a Tekken Tag Tournament 2 guy, but, you know.
Yeah, they're both great.
Made out tomorrow.
Okay. The next one I will do. Best mobile games when you're taking a poopy.
Just
hell yeah.
What? I looked up like what? What are you talking about? We got
Just look at your kid and
Pokemon.
be like, you heard what I said.
Exactly. Pokemon TCG Pocket, Animal Crossing's Pocket Camp Complete, Jett the Program. I have no idea what that is. And myself, I put Balloon 6.
Oh, Balloon 6 is so good.
Never played it.
In terms of mobile games, I have not played a game more than I played Balloon 6. I am level 100 something.
Is it you or your son?
Oh, it's me.
Okay.
My oldest just actually started getting into it about a month and a half ago. But yeah, myself, I've been playing this game. I got it the day it actually released. I'll switch between that and I will play Pokemon Go still. I more or less just open it up to see what kind of Pokemon are out there, but Balloon 6, like I'll get into like a thing where like I'll play it every day for like 2 weeks straight, and then I'll kind of let it go, and then I'll come back to it and play it for like 2 weeks straight. But yeah, I've had it since it launched, and it's probably at this point a 4-5 year old game, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you have the? Because I started playing it with Apple Arcade. Is that the version
No, I
that
bought it.
You bought it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a level 111. But like I said, I haven't played it like consistently every single day. But I have played it now. We're on the Christmas one. But yeah, I have. Uh, this is the game I played the most. It's fun. It's a quick game. It's good. Jett, what's the program?
The program is a college football game on your phone, obviously the mobile games thing. I randomly fell across it not too long ago, and you basically start out on like a bottom level school, and it can be very, very, very pay to win, but it's just a lot of grinding of just basically scouting, recruiting, and the games aren't played by you; they're just randomly simulated, and then you try to. You're basically a recruiter through a lot of the game. You make decisions and stuff like that. James knows about it. I reached out to him about it to tell him about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've already played that." It's a solid game. It's very addictive, but it's a lot of grinding if you're not gonna pay any money.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's
It looks
definitely a
fun.
good time pass. So,
Yeah, I think I might check it out here. Like it looks like a good time waster.
it very much is a good time waster.
A good number go up game.
Yeah,
I like number go
seems
up.
pretty neat.
Next on that, Mark, care to elaborate
Yeah,
on the
so
Animal Crossing?
I didn't expect to enjoy this game nearly as much as I did, but I learned that Animal Crossing Pocket Camp had a complete edition, and you might be like, Mark, what does that mean? I'll be like, so there's a free version and there's a complete version. I guess the free version just sucks or has microtransactions, some shit.
City, because that's what I played.
Okay, yeah, so the complete version has no microtransactions whatsoever, and all of it's done through in-game gameplay and time, because there's still a building mechanic that goes with it, but you earn tokens to make it quicker if you want to, but you can't pay for shit even if you want to. So for $10, I was like, fuck it, we'll try it. If we don't like it, we'll figure that out, and it has been basically the game I've been picking up my phone and playing for the last month or two, like every day. And I'm not too much of a mobile phone gamer in the first place. My girlfriend plays a lot of Pokemon Go, and I would do it occasionally. And same with TCG Pocket. Like I would do it every time I kind of remember, but instinctually, I've just been picking up my phone and playing Pocket Camp for no reason. Maybe it's because I spent $10 on it, but like I've definitely spent $10 worth of time on it, so I can't complain at all.
Fair.
All right, I guess I'll talk about TCG Pocket again. The main thing with this, for when I'm taking a poopy, is that the battling in it is a shortened down, condensed version of the regular TCG game. In the TCG game, you have to collect 6 prize cards to win the game, and you have 1 active Pokemon and 5 bench. In TCG Pocket, it's a truncated, shrunk down version of the game where you have to get 3 points by knocking out your opponent's Pokemon, and you can only have 3 bench Pokemon and 1 active Pokemon, and it's only a 20 card deck. So taking a poopy, it's the perfect time to bust through a game while you're taking a poopy.
It's a real quick game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had games last, I think the longest I've had last was like 17 rounds, which is stupid quick. It's only a few minutes.
Yeah, into a few hands, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I have played every game on this list, and yeah, I mean, those are all great ways to pass the time while you're taking a poop. They're all fantastic ways to take a poop.
To take a poop. They're all good ways to take a poop.
Yeah.
I have not played the Balloon 6, which I kind of want to. But
right. Do you like tower defense games?
I do like tower defense games
it's
a lot,
actually. It's the best one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically the only popular like just shitty fucking tower defense game, but it's also like good. I don't know.
I think
fair enough.
Here, let me see real quick since
I say
Walker's
yeah.
out of the
And
room.
then the Animal Crossing,
play
I
it
tried
on,
Animal Crossing once, but I never really got too much into it.
Netflix.
But I wanted to try to get into it because people always talk great things about the Animal Crossing games.
Balloons is a Netflix game.
Yep. And if you got Netflix, you can play it for free.
I do have Netflix.
All right, Jett, I'm gonna send you a DM here.
Bet.
These mutts. I got him.
Fuck.
All right.
Who would pick?
That's a tough one, my guy. It's really tough. I like
My vote, since I can't vote for myself because I've played it, is Pokemon TCG Pocket.
Yeah, mine would be Pocket too.
Yeah, same.
So Pocket it
Yep.
is.
TCG Pocket.
Getting the
for
dub.
Poopy mobile game, or games you take while taking poopy.
I mean, Poopy mobile game.
English semantics, fucking words.
Minor.
We'll do one more because we only have 2 more months. Mark, you want to do the next one?
Sure. Best meme game. We got Baby Boomer 2, 35 Years Too Soon, Goat Simulator 3, Combat Master, and Big Chungus 2.
So I'll let someone else go first this time. James, what did you pick your game for? Baby Boomer, like.
Okay, so we checked out the demo of Baby Boomer 2 not too long ago. It's from our favorite. So Baby Boomer was a game that came out 35 years ago on the old Commodore computers. You're a little baby crawling around and trying not to get, got by literally everything because babies are fragile. Baby Boomer 2 is not like that. Baby Boomer 2 is an FMV game made by our wonderful lads at Crimulator Studios. Makers of games such as There's a Genie in My Szechuan Sauce remastered. Yeah, it's just full of shitty. It's a bunch of kids from Quebec doing fucking memes that are like
I remember that.
That are like 8 years old. It is. Think of like an you remember those MLG games, like those MLG memes, where like the air horn, the hit marker is stupid loud, make your eardrums bleed. Yeah, it's that, but a video game.
Fair. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Mark, Goat Simulator 3.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a meme game, but it also is like more of a, I guess, established title. But I've been playing the shit out of it. It's a great handheld game. Like, if you can pick it up on sale or anything like that, like, it is a lot expanded from the first game. Like, the first one was definitely more of a meme game, where the third one or second, whatever, is more of a full-fledged title. And it loosely follows the guideline of meme game, but it's actually pretty good. Like, I'm surprised.
There.
Jett.
This one's a funny one because it's got so Combat Master. It is a game that originally we all looked at and kind of laughed and was like, this looks like it's going to be a fucking like they took a mobile game and just shifted it over. It's going to be very meme-esque. It's going to be stupid. I don't know if I really want to play this game. Wasn't really about it. We all just said fuck it, played it, and really actually enjoyed it. And it did definitely feel like a meme. Like it felt like somebody just uploaded the game from fucking a mobile platform, but it was definitely fun because nothing was balanced well at all. Like it was just very in random, like you're floating, parachuting, randomly if you jump up twice, you just parachute down, shooting people out of the air. It felt very memey of every Call of Duty thing, but surprisingly was just fun. It felt like an arcade game, but we were enjoying it. So I thought it was a fun little meme game.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Big Chungus 2, which the majority of people have no idea what the game is. You have to have Tabletop Simulator.
Oh no, actually.
Oh, you're talking about the board game.
Yeah.
So Yeah, the board game. So what it is on Tabletop Simulator, it's a board game where you draw cards and you have to do different things. Rather, you change your voice to talk a certain way the entire time. You have to do different things, or it was one of the games that we played, and it was funny
Chungus
as hell.
Odyssey.
Yeah. So yeah, Chungus Odyssey 2. A handful of us played it, and yeah, it was fun. It was different. It was something we couldn't figure out what to play, so we're like, let's look at some games, and then I found that on Steam, and yeah, we played it through Tabletop Simulator. I know Baka had to talk in a British accent for like an hour because he couldn't roll the right number to get him off of talking that way. So
Yeah, it was a good one. I don't remember if we played it this year or not.
I think we did. I think
it was earlier.
Yeah,
It was the
early
beginning of
this
the
year.
year.
Yeah.
Okay.
This year's kind of flown by, but also hasn't at the same time.
Yeah, it was like earlier
That's
mid-year that
definitely a
we
good
played it. Yeah, that was a fun one because it was just something stupid and it was different.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed. I think my vote is probably going to be Big Chungus or Goat Simulator. Probably the Big Chungus because it definitely was surprisingly a stupidly fun meme game. And I
Chungus
can't vote
Odyssey.
for myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chungus Odyssey too. That's my vote.
That's a good one. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with
One,
that.
one. So November.
Close enough.
This is
fine,
gonna be
yeah.
some deep cuts in
no.
November.
I don't like this.
So first,
Did not consent.
right off rip, Counter-Strike,
Oh no.
November 1st, 25 years old. Also, November 1st, sorry, 20 years old. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh no.
The OG.
Another deep cut. November 5th. Twisted Metal 1, 30 years old. Yep. Crash Bash, November 6th, 25 years old. It was their way of competing with Mario Kart. Crash Bash was fun.
Mario Party.
Mario, because it was the only way to play anything like that without if you had a PlayStation. November 6th, it's only 10 years old, but Fallout 4.
Damn. That's still not crazy. It's 10 years old to me.
November 5th, Guitar Hero turns 20 years old.
Woof.
Guitar Hero.
I'm ever playing that in a Kmart. In the
Kmart
fucking
right
video
there.
game section.
Kmart right there fucking dates it. Kmart.
November 14th, Mario Kart for the DS turns 20 years old.
Mario Kart for DS was great.
It's crazy that the DS is over 20 years old.
I remember going to McDonald's because they had the Wi-Fi. It was the Wi-Fi spot and playing Mario Kart.
The fucking DS, yeah, I remember that.
I still remember the GameCubes being in frickin' McDonald's.
Oh, don't even. There was okay. All right, tangent time. If you guys will indulge me,
of course.
Hell yeah.
When I worked at GameStop, many eons ago.
Many moons ago.
Oh, a decade ago, actually. We're coming up on that decade anniversary. God damn it.
I feel you.
I was walking around, helping people out. This one guy comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, do you guys take video game systems?" I'm like, "Yeah. What do you got?" And he goes, "Well, I got a Nintendo GameCube." I'm like, "Sorry, man, that's a little old for us to be taking." And he goes, "Oh, darn. Well, what if it's like a special GameCube with like other stuff?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Well, I used to own a McDonald's. And I have the original, like he had the the 3-screened GameCube setup
cabinet from
McDonald's."
That's awesome.
And he's like, "Do you know of anyone that would buy it?" I'm like, "How much?" And he looks at me, he goes, "Probably too much." And I'm like, damn. I'm like, I have no clue, my guy.
I mean, I'd buy that, but I don't know if I'd be able to afford what he wanted to sell it for.
Exactly. I was a fucking child back then.
Tis but a child.
No, that's pretty cool though. Well, you got to see it, or a secondhand experience of it.
Mm-hmm.
November 15th, 20 years old, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Maria.
November 15th,
all right, Walker.
Sonic Rush.
Walker, you saw Sonic 3, right?
Yeah.
Did the crowd cheer when Maria died?
No. At least
fucking,
not my...
Fucking fake fans.
Fair. November 17th, 20 years old, Perfect Dark 0.
That game wasn't good. That game was not good.
November 20th. I remember playing it, but... November 20th, 25 years old, Banjo-Tooie.
Oh. Why?
One of my favorite games of all time, November 20th, turns 30 years old, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest.
30 on 30.
And then, last but not least, Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time for the DS, November 28th, turns 20 years old. Jett, want to do this next one?
Yeah. Best game that I initially did not expect to be good. James, you want to start? We'll name it off. Sorry. First one was Combat Master, kind of like we said before. Mark, RoboCop Rogue City. Me, TCG Card Shop Simulator. And Jeremy, Hercules for the PS1.
Specifically the PS1.
Why?
Before anybody says anything about playing for this game, go fuck yourself because it's right there. Yes, this is Hercules for the PS1 on a Game Boy.
On the worst emulation possible.
Hell yeah, dude.
Walker, that was from a rip of your copy, right? That you bought back when you were younger. It's a legal backup, right?
Exactly. I still have the PlayStation 1 game. It's on my shelf here.
It's a CD.
Copied it onto here because my filing cabinet of games was too big. But yes, I played Hercules 1 recently. It's actually got good quality. I finally got past level 2. Something I couldn't do back in 1997 when I was a kid. I finally was able to do it. I was very happy and proud of myself because I was able to beat the training simulator part. So it was a good time.
I guess I'm proud of you.
Go ahead, next.
Mine would probably is that the TCG card. The reason why is I don't. Was it you, James, who had it first, or who had the game first?
It was me.
Yeah, it was Walker.
Is right. Yep. Jeremy randomly brought it up, and I was like, "That sounds stupid. I don't think I'll really enjoy it as much, or it sounds just kind of meh." And I kind of watched him play it, and I was like, "That's not too bad." But I work at Best Buy, so I don't know if I like this because it feels like I'm just working. And then as soon as I transferred over to the bank and I lost really working at Best Buy as much, I went ham on this game and proceeds to put 100 hours into it.
Yep.
So definitely can say that this was a game I did not initially expect to be actually good.
The adults yearn to work retail.
Yes. So, Mark?
Yeah, so RoboCop Rogue City is a game that probably most of y'all aren't familiar with or haven't played, but if you like RoboCop or if you're familiar with it kind of at all, if you've seen the movies at all, it's essentially another RoboCop movie in a video game. And you might be saying, oh, a movie adaptation game, I don't like that. But it's actually fucking good. Like, it's a beautiful, it's like really cool. It's cinematically beautiful. The gameplay is really fucking dumb, but it's also like really rewarding. Watching it might not give you kind of the same effect like as playing it, but honestly, like kind of watching the gunplay, you can get an idea of like just how solid and heavy everything feels. Like whenever you shoot people, they fucking go flying like across there. Like you can fucking punch people across the room. Like, and there's just a bunch of really fucking dumb stories. Like, if you're kind of familiar with RoboCop in the first place, like it's just kind of like a spoof on like the cop like technology sort of fucking movies or whatever. And it just encapsulates that really well. So I expected it to be pretty mid, just kind of like a slight movie tie-in game that really didn't surprise me whatsoever. But it's probably the best RoboCop game up to date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of really good things from people that played it.
Yeah, that's really great.
Walker,
Nice.
what level are you on in Hercules, bud?
I'm level 1 right now. See, the issue with these games back in the day, you had to write down the passwords to move on. So if you lost, you had to start the entire game over unless you had the password written down. That's how dumb these games were. Not very plausible for like a 6-year-old kid.
Not with that attitude.
That's what I'm saying.
My guy, I grew up doing the same shit, and I had a fucking notebook filled with passwords.
Yeah, this game
Walker
reminds
doesn't want
me
to do
of
extra work if he can possibly avoid it.
That's the whole point of the notes section at the end of instruction manuals.
Yeah, that's true. But no, this shit reminds me of The Lion King and how impossible that fucking game was for the Sega. It's like, what monster creates this game?
All right,
Fair enough.
so who does everyone think the winner is?
I have to say TCG Card Simulator because
That's what I would
I've
say too.
been enthralled in that, and like that game was crazy good, just sitting there playing and playing and playing and playing and playing. So, yeah, I go with TCG.
I would say it was a Combat Master only because I have to vote for something else but my own.
Dude, I gotta give it to Combat Master 2.
Oh shit,
We got a tie.
we got a tie.
There we go.
All right, I
we
guess
we can make it happen.
go with the win. We got our first double winner.
We do. It's great.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
there goes Walker.
There goes wow. Well, I think he's back though.
No, he's back.
That was quite.
Oh, he's back again. Back again. Shit, he's back.
Okay.
All right.
Last but not least, before we get to the epic game of the year, we have December 2025. Not as many games, but a couple. Animal Crossing Wild World for the DS on December 5th.
Wild World
turns 20 years old.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yakuza for the PS2 on December 8th turns 20 years old. Dark Cloud, which was a great game.
Really good.
For the PS2, December 14th turns 25 years old.
Do you know that Dark Cloud 1 and 2 are on PlayStation Plus Premium?
Really?
Yeah.
Command and Conquer turns 30 years old.
30.
On December 12th.
30.
And I'll do this one first. So Final Fight 3, for those who played it, on December 22nd. For the Super NES, it turns 30 years old. Sudoku for PS1. Yes, sorry. Turns 30 years old on December 15th. And probably the biggest deep cut out of all of this. On December 22nd, it turns 20 years old. Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh my god. That is definitely probably my deepest one, I would say, purely because I remember when that game came out.
Yep. Which is crazy to think. 20 years ago this year, Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. Fucking mind-blowing. Yeah.
Not really, but I mean, in
and
the grand scheme of things, I guess.
Like, looks good today in retrospect.
It's so
I had the remaster one where it's like one 1.5 and 2.5 and the games in between.
It's still one of the best RPGs ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree. It was phenomenal.
Let's take everything that was great about the original Kingdom Hearts and just
make it better.
Make it better and expand on it.
Yep.
Sir James, would you like
announce?
to do us the honors of Game of the Year?
All right.
Da-da-da-da.
So
Da-da.
Game of the Year was different from all the other ones because you had to have played it this year. It had to come out this year. I mean, sorry, I'm fucking exhausted. It had to have come out this year. Had to be a new game. So, and here are your nominees for.
Give like a couple second delay between James. Just a heads up.
Of what?
Between each naming of them.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I'm going to give a little thing for it.
Yeah. For Game of the Year, The Plucky Squire.
That's good.
Balatro.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Space Marine 2. And that Walker. Final
This game
Fantasy
came out in 2016, Walker.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I'll accept that.
Yeah. In all true fairness, I did have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on there originally, and then
Walker,
I saw this.
Do you even know what BlazBlue is?
No, not a clue.
It's a great fighting game.
It's a really good fighting game.
Googled, so truth time, boys. So earlier, I haven't been so honest with all my picks. Some of them I have been, but yeah, crazy. Some of them, the kind of wild ones, I've never actually played before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who would have put those two and two together?
I am so hurt right now.
I was seeing a lot.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
I can just.
I was seeing a lot of the same names. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, let me just Google most random games to play, and this is all that came up.
Yes.
But yes, I would say Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for myself would be my game of the year, because
it's the only game from 2024 that you played.
Yeah, pretty much. I have probably put more hours into this game in the last 2 weeks than I put into the majority of. Oh no, you spread out other games. I put in more. TCG would be a close second. But this game I find great. They expanded on it a crazy amount. The shit that they added it's good. The Queen's blood, the visuals, seeing Tifa in a bathing suit, walking around with Cloud with his shirt off.
What are your thoughts on Fort Condor?
Exactly. Yeah, Fort Condor. As much as that was garbage, but no. Overall, just that game. I'm biased when it comes to Final Fantasy. As for those who don't know, I have the Buster Sword tattooed on my arm. So, and I have a chocobo, on my arm as well. So, exactly. But that's my pick. Mark, how about you?
Okay, yeah, I picked Balatro. If you've played it, you probably already know. But really, it's an addictive card game that isn't like it's gambling, but it's not like there's no actual gambling. You know, we're not condoning anything like that. But somehow it still got rated for that in the EU because it teaches
gamble.
So imagine like a traditional type poker game. You're given essentially like 8 or so cards, if I remember correctly, and you got to create poker hands from your existing hand. And each one of those, depending on the hand you play, you get a multiplier, and then you add up all of the cards and multiply it, and you get a score at the end. So you're trying to make as much points to essentially get through each stage. So it's a roguelike in that aspect too. It's and then as you start going through it, you have upgrades that you pick up different jokers that give you different abilities or different buffs or negatives that then buff you later or not at all. There's a bunch of really just fun little mechanics inside of it, which make it a I don't know, a breath of fresh air whenever it comes to really just a casual like card playing puzzle game. Even though there's not really too many games that kind of fall into that already, but it was easily my game of the year. Like I've played a handful of other games, but this was easily my favorite game that I can easily go back to and just do a couple runs. I'm terrible at it, but I still enjoy it every step of the way. So if you haven't played Balatro, like it's definitely a game worth picking up. Yeah, and it's made by one person, so it's cool too.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Jett, do you want to go?
So mine was Space Marine 2. Mainly for me, I knew a somewhat okay amount about the Warhammer universe. I enjoyed a couple of little Warhammer games that I played, like the Vermintide was a lot of fun for the little bits that I got to play with it. Enjoyed that, and like Sarah and Dex is super obsessed with it, Sarah's boyfriend, and so he's been kind of giving me little stuff here and there about the whole Warhammer universe, and there's a lot more to it than I knew. It's a quite the expansive universe, and makes sense to me as to why people pay so much money for the figurines and anything in between at that point. So it's pretty awesome. The game was probably one of the best story-based games that I didn't really get bored with. It was graphically beautiful. It had a lot of, for being only a fantasy-based universe, there was still a lot of stuff that felt like there was a lot of work and effort put into. It wasn't just being like, oh, there's this alien. Like, it was like, no, this alien plus these very minimal details is what makes it very different in the face sake, that it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm going to face this alien race and I'm going to face the same thing just 3 times twice, even though they're different, quote unquote. But they weren't. They were very different in a lot of ways. I think, in my opinion, just gameplay overall. Multiplayer is a ton of fun. The story was phenomenal. Overall, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's on my list here. I just wish it wasn't so expensive.
Fair. I got lucky in that he brought it over and let me borrow it, so I got to play it and beat it.
Oh hell yeah!
James,
Let's talk about the Plucky Squire for a little bit. So, all right, the Plucky Squire is a very unique game, very very interesting. So, it is when you first start off with the game, it's like an old Zelda game, Legend of Zelda game. So top down, action adventure kind of deal. So
Sure.
part of the way through the game, you get hit with some magic, and so the whole game takes place in a storybook. You get
That's pretty dope.
thrown out of the game, out of the book, and into the real world. So you find out that your life has been just a bunch of storybooks. A little bit of existential crisis, but it's fine. It's completely okay to just gloss over it. When you get thrown out into the real world, it turns into a 3D action adventure. Much like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, etc. So it does some really clever things when it comes to puzzles. So once you're able to pop out of the world, out of the book, the storybook, you'll have puzzles where you'll see, say, for example, there's this tiny little lily pad in a big like pond, and you have to get to the other side of the pond, but the bridge is out. Well, underneath over by where you're running around on land where you can go, you'll see the words, there was a tiny lily pad in the water. Well, you can actually take the word tiny out of the sentence, and then you can jump out of the book, go a few pages back to where there's a large pillar or something, pick up the word large, go back to that original page with the lily pad and slap it in, and then the lily pad turns giant.
That's cool.
So it does, and that's how most of the game's puzzles are, is jumping in and out of the storybook. And what's really cool is throughout the game, you get to see, when you jump out of the storybook, you get to see how the owner of the story, his desk changes with different interests, with different items laying about. Like one time he's building a castle, one time he has just some like a CD there. Sometimes it's like all these things thrown all over the place like a child's bedroom. And the way it just melds both styles together perfectly and gives it just such a charming, colorful art style of a children's book. I want to read this book to my kids. I would love to read this book to my kids if I had kids. It's perfection. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's got great music, and the latest update fixed every single problem that was with the game. The biggest problems with the game were there was way too many unnecessary cutscenes where you lost control of the game. Basically just, hey, the two characters, you walk to a screen, you walk to a new page, you walk 3 steps, you lose control, they look at a thing, they say, hey, let's look at this thing for like 5 seconds, and then you get control again. They've cut a lot of that out in the newest update. So it is a phenomenal game, and I would highly recommend each one of you play it.
Yeah, it's definitely on the list here. Sounds cool.
I like that.
Well, for the fact of what we got, what is everybody's vote for what we consider to be game of the year? Starting with James, who would you vote to be?
I mean, I haven't played Balatro. I need to play Balatro. I haven't played Space Marine 2. I've played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It is great. It is really good. So I would have to put Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Okay. Mark, what's your?
Yeah, I haven't played Space Marine 2, so I can't really say. I mean, I've seen the Plucky Squire, but I haven't played it either. And I don't think I've played Rebirth. No, but I did. Yeah, well, I played that, and assuming it's just a continuation of it, I'd assume I'll probably like it as well. So, probably Final Fantasy VII. Yeah.
I think probably for me, because I played a little bit of Balatro, but I didn't get a ton into it. I got more into the Dave the Diver.
That's a notable mention. That was last year.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Which was surprisingly shocking hearing your guys' words about it. I was like, it can't be that fun. I did enjoy it, and I still have enjoyed it.
I didn't believe it either, Jett. I didn't believe it
Yeah,
either.
I was like, it's so great. You gotta fucking play Dave the Diver.
Yeah, and playing it, it's a lot of fun. My vote is probably, like I said, I would love to say Balatro, but I think I'm also going to agree on Final Fantasy Rebirth. I haven't played it, but watching it is, like Mark said, if it's anything like the first one that I played with that, it was good. And watching it still makes me laugh, and I give Walker a hard time about it, because to me it's just them making a whole new game in the middle of a game.
Yep.
So
no, literally.
So
it really is.
If it's telling it all, I already have it pre-ordered. For PC. So
no, it's an amazing game. The card Queen's Blood is amazing. Because of the name, I'm gonna say Plunky Square, because it's
you can't fucking say the name.
Plucky Square, not Plunky. Sorry,
no, you're still wrong.
Plunky Squire,
no,
whatever.
Plucky Squire.
Yeah,
there is
that's what I said.
N. You said Plunky.
Oh, whatever.
The Plunky Square.
That's exactly what you said the first time.
So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the winner.
Well, no, I think the real winner, guys, is gamers.
It is.
Let's just put that there.
It is.
There is no game of the year. We're all gamers. We're all winners.
Exactly. So that's a podcast, boys and girls
Boys.
and non-gender forming individuals listening to this right now. We hopes to do something more, maybe do it quarterly this year. Maybe do like one every 3 months, just to kind of to keep it fresh, to keep it new, instead of waiting until the end of the year. Because these are fun. I think we all enjoy these. We all have fun doing these.
My thought process is with the new things of what we call the New Year's resolution for us, and we all kind of talked about it before, which was trying to get back to streaming more often. So I think that we should definitely agree on the factor of what Walker is saying. At least try to start for a quarterly, see how it goes, and kind of go from there to touch base on this, because, like you said, everybody loves it, and I think that we enjoy just the shenanigans and stuff that happens while we're talking about the middle of it, and the trail offs that we have for our 2.5 hour sessions.
Exactly. Let's go around the room and do some outros. Where can we find you? What are you going to plan for the next year? What do you want to do? What do you want to see happen? And what video game are you most looking forward to?
Wait,
Jett, start with you.
Hold on. Should we take a look at what games are coming out?
Oh, in 2025? Yeah, let's
Let me
do a roundup.
Let me pull it up.
Releases.org.
Releases.com. I've been on that website I've been on that website. Oh my god, please. I'm just trying to put E. Alright, releases.com. Let's take a look. Releases.com. So let's take a look at the games. Let's take a look at the games that are coming out in through January. They changed the website.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. It's completely different.
All right, so let's take a look here. On January 2nd, we have Wuthering Waves coming out for PlayStation 5. Care Bears to the Rescue coming out in 2024 for Xbox One, PS5, Switch, and 3 others. Double Dragon Collection Physical Edition coming out for the Switch in 2024. Yes, Your Grace Snowfall coming out for PS5 in 2024. Neptunia Riders vs. Doggoos for the Switch, PS4, and PS5 on January 2nd. The Riftbreaker World Expansion 3 working title coming out for Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, PC, and 2 others in 2024. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Physical Edition coming out for Xbox One, PC, PS4 in 2024. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Collector's Edition coming out for Xbox One, PC, and PS4 in 2024. Craft.
These the new ones or for this last year?
Well, this is December today, December 30th through January 5th.
What came out today? Okay.
Yeah, probably didn't. Craft Fantasy Merchant Simulator coming out January 3rd. Phasmophobia Christmas Holiday Event 2024 ends on December 31st. The Legend of Cyber Cowboy comes out for the Switch, PC, and Xbox One and others on January 1st. Soko Monster comes out for the Xbox Series X and Xbox One on January 2nd. Moo and Move Extra Grazing Grounds comes out for the Series X and Xbox One on January 3rd. Warframe Tenobomb 2024 ends on January 3rd, 2025, sorry. Overwatch 2 Cross Avatar The Last Airbender collab ends on December 30th, today. Dying Light 2 Stay Human Winter Tales Gift from Above 2024's ends on January 2nd. Okay, let's just go to actual games. Freedom Wars Remastered comes out on January 10th for PC, Switch, PlayStation 4. Eve's Memoir, The Oath of Felghana comes out for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch on January 7th. Project Tower comes out for PlayStation 5 and PC on January 6th. Sea Fantasy comes out for PC on January 7th. Boti Byteland Overclocked comes out for Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and 2 others on January 10th. S4U, Citypunk 2011, and Love Punch comes out for PC on January 8th. Mexico 1921, A Deep Slumber comes out for Xbox Series X and Xbox One on January 9th. The Hidden Ones pre-alpha test comes out on January 7th. Three Kingdoms Heroes comes out for Apple Arcade on January 9th. Skate City New York comes out for Apple Arcade on January 9th. Asphalia Fear comes out for PC on January 11th. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD comes out for the Switch on January 16th. Dynasty Warriors Origins comes out for PC, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5 on January 17th. Hyper Light Breaker comes to early access on PC on January 14th. Tales of Grace F Remastered comes out for PC, Xbox One, PS5, and 3 others on January 17th. Aloft comes to early access on PC on January 15th. Assetto Corsa Evo comes to PC on January 16th. Blade Chimera comes for comes out on PC and Switch on January 16th. Arcane Age comes out on PS5, PC, and PSVR 2 on January 16th. Hollywood Animal comes out on PC. You guessed it, on January 16th. More Skull Raggest Rage comes out for Xbox Series X, Switch, PC, and one others on January 16th. Toy Shop Simulator. Why is that? Okay. Toy Shop Simulator comes to early access on PC on January 13th. Turnip Boy Robs a Bank comes out for Android and iOS on January 14th. And then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes to PC on January 23rd. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist comes out for Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and two others on January 23rd. Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles comes out for Xbox One, PS5, and Switch on January 23rd. Guilty Gear Strive comes to the Switch on January 23rd. Forspoken comes to the Xbox Series X on January 24th. Needy Streamer Overload comes out for PS4 and PS5 on January 21st. And then Sniper Elite Marvel Spider-Man 2 comes to PC on January 30th.
Nice.
New Orcs Must Die comes out on January 28th. Hello Kitty Island Adventure comes out on January 30th. So yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Like you said, going around.
Go around the room.
Go ahead, Jett.
Oh, okay.
What game are you looking forward to this coming up year, and what do you want to do? What do you want to see happen? Some resolutions, and where can you find you?
I'd say game that I'm looking forward to the most so far is probably Civilization 7. I'm a huge Civ fan, so I enjoy those games, and when they announce the new stuff, it looks pretty good, and I'm excited for it overall. Thing I want to hear about this next year is a new Resident Evil game, whether that be a remake or a continuation of the story. Resolutions for me is like I said, is definitely getting it back into streaming a bit more, try to be a bit more consistent with it and playing games, and especially because it's not even like it's not the fact that we're not playing games, it's just playing them in general and actually streaming them, because playing them hasn't been too much of an issue. But other resolution is to just continue down the line and doing what they're doing, and I'd say, I know this is cliche as fuck to say, but going to the gym and actually working out and trying to stay healthier. Where to find me? YouTube, as I just changed the tagline on mine is at Jett, Jett Concien, Concienne. Bit long, but it might change. But other than that, pretty much that's it for right now. And Twitch, I think it's JetX362.
It is. Mark.
Oh geez. Yeah, I guess I'm most excited for Monster Hunter Wilds. That looks pretty dope. I really enjoyed the demo. So out of any games, that's probably it. Maybe if the next Death Stranding game comes out this year, we'll see. I doubt it, but
I doubt it too.
You know, I gotta hope. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, I'm hoping to stream again. I've been streaming some music for a while, so if you're interested in ever kind of checking that out, you can, see me on Twitch and YouTube at mark.exe. You can see my progress at my game on my blog at blog.mmakowski.org. That's blog.mmakowski.org. Hoping to change that to something that's not just my fucking name, but we'll get there. If you want to learn about my portfolio, I guess you can see that too, but, skipping over that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too wild here. Still chugging along with the game skis. How about one of y'all?
James, you want to go?
Yeah, I can go. So one thing I want to do, again, like everyone says, stream more, all that good shit. Play more vid games live on twitch.technicalview/JimmyNoodlesGG, where you can also watch the VODs if you miss a stream at youtube.com/JimmyNoodlesGaming. Also, don't forget to follow me on pretty much all the social medias at JimmyNoodlesGG on Blue Sky and Twitter. Walker. The game that I'm most excited for is Like a Dragon. You pirate Yakuzas in Hawaii. I want to beat the shit out of Samoa Joe.
Oh hell yeah! Looks dope.
That's amazing.
for myself, get back in the gym, like I said earlier, just kind of lose some weight. Have a better year than last year. Be more positive, less negative. See, hopefully, see the good side in the world and things like that. As weird as that may sound.
Hell yeah.
Fair
Just
enough.
be more positive, less negative. Get that hate and toxicity out of my life.
Mhm.
And I think that'll equal a healthier lifestyle.
Agreed.
Myself, beat Final Fantasy. I want to beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I know I'm on the verge of doing here shortly. And then anticipated was, hopefully we'll get a trailer for the third Final Fantasy VII game, and then a release date for GTA 6. That's
get that
my
We'll get
Those
the
are pretty
release.
hefty hopefuls.
yeah, I know.
We'll get
So
the,
those are my two hopes, that we get something out of both of those, but who knows. Game wise, past that, I don't have anything crazy that I'm like craving to play. I do have a backlog. Obviously, I gotta play other games that I still have downloaded that I never beaten. Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. Haven't done that yet. My son hurt himself. I don't know what he's saying out to. And then, but yeah, that's really about it. You can find myself on everything, the Captain Geach, YouTube, Twitch. That's really all I have. Facebook is my regular name, but yeah, that's really about it. Now, hopefully, we definitely can work something out, get something together where we definitely stream more for you folks, because it's something we all like doing, and it's just time and being adults. Unfortunately, life sometimes gets in the way. So.
Agreed.
But hope everyone has a good new year, had a good new year, depending on when this is released, and we will see you all next time.
One little thing I want to add to it.
Yes.
Happy birthday, James.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yes, happy
Oh
birthday,
yeah,
my guy.
happy birthday.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm officially old. I'm 30 now.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm officially
You are a
old.
big old 3-0.
Walker remembers
Officially.
when he was 30, like 50 years ago.
So give him a
Happy
break. It was
birthday
only
to
35 years
you.
ago. Calm down.
Happy
sorry.
birthday to you.
No, we can't do that.
Happy
no.
birthday,
no, that's
dear
copyrighted.
James.
It's copyrighted.
You
We
really
can't say
old
that.
mofo.
I feel like happy birthday
Cumpleaños
songs.
feliz.
Unos something CNAs 2. It's
It's your birthday.
I don't know. I used to know how to sing "Happy Birthday" in Spanish when I took Spanish class in 6th grade.
I don't know how to spell it.
Cuentos
Cumpleaños
años
feliz.
CNAs 2. There you go. I remembered. It's the one thing I do remember.
Cuero y
So-
el baño.
Exactly.
What he said.
Stay frothy, everybody. Have a good year. Stay
y'all.
positive and stay hard.
Bye.
Always.
Bye.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Stay hard.
Deuces.
The big deuce.